Hello, everyone! We are
The
live,
puke.
and welcome back to another
Guys, we hate it here.
tale in the
Please
Rough
help.
Works Tavern.
It's painful.
Please disregard what the
We hate it
players
here.
are saying. 1 minute, I'm going to hit a mute button on them. There, now you can't hear them complain, nor can you hear their cries for help any longer. First off, I'd like to welcome everybody again to the Rough Works Tavern, where we tell tales of a damaged friendship and whether or not they can ever be truly repaired. One. All Milfstreen. One. Alright, I feel that's enough barking, meaning, as always, I'm going to pass it over. Whoever barks gets an inspiration. Go ahead.
Bark.
Okay, Undyne now is banned for barking.
What?
You're
What the
banned
fuck?
from barking.
What the fuck?
But
So,
your
more
barking is
importantly,
wonderful. The dog
chat
your
to me
toggle
when
is
you get to
currently
hear the
broken.
barking.
Chat, what do you mean? No, it's on.
Is it?
Yeah, I unmuted you.
You unmuted us?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I probably just...
You just
Wait,
have
so
the
where's my
stream
inspiration? I'm taking my
muted.
inspiration.
Gain your
You said we
inspiration.
get it. I'm taking
Undyne can as well. Dog, your toggle is currently broken because I'm getting my model updated. And now that my total introduction has been just thrown off, we have a lot of really cool announcements today, guys. First off, I finally got around to giving Kaylin Frost, who did a lot of emotes of my wonderful kitty cats, the artist role. And I have added some of those emotes as free emotes that you can use just from following my channel. You can see them all right there. I just put them up. The first one is 8-Bit being very judgmental. The second one is Texel nomphing my finger. The third is 8-Bit and I having a little hug. The fourth is Pixel giving you a heart. And fifth is another emote that Yelena commissioned for me from Iris, and it's me getting a little head pat. They all now have the artist role listed on my channel as a big thank you. Yeah, I figure that 8-Bit judgmental one's gonna get used a lot. As well as the Texel Nomp. Yep. So, oh, hi, did you hear your name, Pixel? She heard her name, and so she's come over to meow and give a heart to me. Thank you, Pixel. Where did you get that heart? Whose is it? Why does it look so realistic? Let's see, other announcements. There's a lot of cool stuff going on the Hero Factory front. We have another Q&A planned very, very soon, and we are currently in talks with a really cool social media manager that we're hoping to find the budget to be able to hire, as well as a really neat guy who works in IT that will help make sure that all of our talents are stream ready by figuring out what their setups are and seeing what the agency can do to improve when we finish selecting our new talents. So very excited for that. The last thing I wanted to mention before we got started today is that we're still doing the 8-Bit fundraiser. That's just to recover from all of her vet bills. I am very happy to say her treatment has been a success. She is doing much, much better, and I haven't noticed any problems at all the past few weeks. So thank you guys so much for your support. There's a lot of really cool stuff planned for rewards for the Get What Ill 8-Bit Fund, including a convention if we manage to raise the full amount of the goal. So thank you guys so much again. The support is greatly appreciated. That said, last time on Blood on the Sand, shenanigans and hijinks were the name of the day, as a lot of planning was discussed, as well as, again, Lloyd and Valentin's love triangle only deepens. The party went to speak to Phazin about what should be done about Naharim, as well as the refugees to the north, and further and future ideas. Before anything was enacted, though, they thought it was important for Phazin to take matters into his own hands involving Naharim, and as such, a meeting between the damaged friends is currently underway. Phazin looks awkward in his new ceremonial gear of leather armor with, I believe it was, a spellbook on his hip and a spear on his back from the way that the party have decided his education should go, with Lloyd and Serrario teaching him magic in tandem. Well, Captain Majida is going to be teaching him the way of the spear. The two friends now confront each other with Naharim sitting dejectedly inside his cell and Phazon standing before him. There is a long period of silence. It's clear that neither of the two of them seems to know what to say to the other, as a friendship spanning decades was shattered via Naharim's attempt to die and take Phazon with him. Phazon glances away from Naharim towards the party. There's a question in his face, as in he doesn't know what to do or say here. Silently, the party regards.
Not let him cook.
Silently, the party regards him. Eventually, Phazon turns back to face Naharim. I know why you did what you did. You were very clear on that. And that kind of hurt, I don't know if it can ever be made right. I think he takes a deep, shaky breath. You can see that there are tears beginning to stream down his cheeks. If what you said is true, then your family's already... They're already going to be gone. And as such... And again, he looks to the party as if asking for permission for what he's going to say. I think it's best if we exile you from Nessus and Thanskaran in general. You and your family both. Does anyone say anything? He seems to be looking to you all as if that's the right thing for him to do. To just recap the situation, because we do have players who joined after this, as well as it has been quite some time. Naharim's family has been considerably in debt to various factions within the capital city of Thanskaran, Thascalis, mostly the merchant princes and princesses. In particular, I believe evidence was found that he was heavily in debt to Phazon's father, the snake charmer. Naharim explained that a mysterious person that he gave no information on who it actually was or what they looked like had offered to clear his family's debts as long as he killed Phazon and himself in the process by luring creatures within the blood sands. Naharim agreed to this. Now that it has failed, and it will become known it has been failed very soon, basically the first letter that gets sent out of Nessus is going to confirm that Phazon is not dead. His family, with no debt protection, will have their citizenships revoked, their assets seized, and they will be forced to extreme hard labor.
So Phazon is going to be coming with us as he's learning with us, right? He's not going to be in the town. He's going to be with us.
Actually, that would be up to you all if you wanted to take him out with you into the field.
I thought that's what we were doing. I was wondering if maybe we could pretend that they're both actually dead.
That would mean that you had failed your mission. Remember, the snake charmer had sent you here with Phazon's father.
I mean, what if we get his father in on it?
Depends if you think he'd be up to it.
Possibility, but if Phazon is going to be taught magic by Serario and Lloyd, maybe we can try to figure out who tried to use Naharim's situation against him.
And as a note, too, remember, Naharim had been harboring a very deep grudge against Phazon for a very long time. And so this isn't only about Naharim's situation that was used. Naharim was willing to do this as he viewed Phazon's death as the right thing to do. Valentin was the one who had convinced him to change his way of thought, and now Naharim is just languishing in his cell.
Right, but it's not about Naharim, it's about preventing his family from being hurt or killed.
Yes, as a note too, Lloyd, the way that the law works is that as a burgomaster of an outpost, Phazon has very little pull, but he does have some pull. And because of Naharim's crimes, Phazon can legally exile the whole family, which means that they wouldn't be able to be punished for their debts. Meaning that people wouldn't be able to collect on their debts and force them into extreme hard labor. They would be able to leave the country and try to make a new life elsewhere. They would have nothing. It's still a horrible situation because everything that they do own would be revoked, including like the clothes off their backs, and then they would be kicked out of the city into the desert, and maybe they might be able to make it out of the country. You guys
I was
could...
gonna say it's essentially death, especially for some like wealthy people who have zero survival skills.
It is, unless you all volunteered to return to Thascalis and escort them out of the country. Which you might be able to find a sponsor like Phazon to pay for you to do so.
I vote that we either do this or we try to figure out who attempted to kill Naharim. Or who attempted to kill Phazon, sorry.
Is there a reason we can't do both? And sorry, are you meta speaking or are we role playing this?
You're role-playing this. I will say that, remember how I gave you guys a little bit of alone time before Phazon arrived? I had figured that you might want to have a little bit more kind of conversation. So we'll say that Phazon...
I mean, so much of the last session was about getting Phazon to get his groove back, so to speak.
I'm okay if Phazon maybe communicated that this was his plan to you in advance, and as such, we're going to rewind time a little bit, and this is you speaking about the plan en route to the jail. Just because I want to be facilitating this kind of a conversation, so please carry on, players.
As far as I see it, we either escort the family out, or we try to find a way to make this person believe that they've succeeded and force their hand into doing whatever the next step was, or perhaps trying to get Naharim to reach out to them directly. I'm not saying we can't do both. We can't escort the city out of the family out of the city and contact this other person, but
what about the refugees? If we drop what we're doing to go protect this one family, then what happens to them?
That's why I'm wondering if it isn't better that we take Naharim and Phazon with us. Talk to the king and try to find some kind of a substitute for the time
actually.
being.
The most powerful of the merchant princes is currently the Tsarina, a very powerful, wealthy businesswoman.
Oh, okay.
For all intents and purposes, all of this is resting on the idea that Phazon would have either needed to succeed in killing Naharim,
No, it's the
or
Naharim is the murderer.
yes, Naharim, the other way around. It either is based on the idea that Naharim needed to kill Phazon, or he failed in killing Phazon. But what if we sent word back? That Phazon was unsuccessful and died during the travels, and so we require his family to be here in the town with us before letting them know
Or
that Naharim survived.
maybe there's a different way we can go about this that keeps us from having to hide his life. Maybe we come up with some sort of lie that's like we've made a replacement for him. That to kind of hide the killing, we replaced him with a puppet, someone that we control. And that Phazon was successful in killing Naharim.
We're still getting this backwards. Naharim tried to kill Phazon.
Sorry.
Phazon is training with us, and Naharim, I'm just afraid of what's gonna happen to this man's family if we let the word get out that he failed. Even if he supposedly died, his family wouldn't have anybody else to help them. And I agree as well that we need to go help those refugees, so we can't be stuck trying to go escort a family out of the country. That just ain't gonna work. Not right now.
In the end, this is an open format campaign. There is no wrong answer here, and I have prepared plot hooks and more story and missions based off of whatever you guys decide. You could come up with even an option that I don't know about, and I still have pathways and options for you all.
What if we bring the family here and, as part of their punishment, enslave them to Lloyd and have them work in the inn?
Again, we had talked about that before for the refugees. You don't know how many there are, and
I was talking about the family.
No, the family.
Oh, the family.
As their punishment, I say with giant quotation mark.
Yes, Lloyd, as a note, legally, you could purchase them. You could purchase their debts, and therefore you would be the one who would be punishing them.
If we also tried to work with the king to, we could cover multiple bases. Okay. If we covered with the leader, Phazon's parent, that Phazon and Naharim are both alive, but that Naharim can both work to pay off his family's debts by being in service to us and Phazon on our travel to try to figure out who contacted who's doing what, or to help us with the refugees. Maybe that could be a way that he is working to pay off his debts, and then his family can work at the inn for Lloyd so that they have some form of protection.
I think in the end, what we need to consider one way or the other is how we contact Phazon's father. No, Naharim's father. One of them.
You were right the first time.
I think it's mother.
We have struggled with these names.
Do you need a quick refresher of the names?
We need like a diagram of.
Make a fucking family.
Sarah, make a diagram. Make a diagram.
Look, both of these people are equally pathetic for different reasons, so it's difficult to place them one way or the other.
So, just so you know, Phazon's parents are not the Serena; they're the Snake Charmer.
Yes, the Serena is someone completely different.
So let me go over the political structure in Thanskaran again really quick for you all.
So Lloyd tells us all about the history of his nation.
So Thanskaran is
starting in the year 0.
Thanskaran is a very, very powerful desert nation that was originally ruled over by a god of war, Skaran. When he died, his blood became the Blood Sands. When he died, the country, leadershipless and no longer needing to conduct warfare, but still being trained in combat, began to form through merchant caravans that would escort people through the dangerous desert. And as such, this desert slowly began to get more and more income by just making sure that trade could flow through it, as it cuts down the entirety middle of the continent. You cannot ship any goods by land to basically any nation without it passing at some point through the desert. As such, the most crafty of these caravan drivers and merchants began making money hand over fist. And they began to form a union, which then became a government, which is currently ruled over by the 13 richest people in Thanskaran and the capital city of Thaskalis, all of which have a few different spheres of business.
Did you say 18?
13. 13
Did you say 13? Okay.
Yeah. The 13th of them, the richest, most powerful, is currently a woman, the Sarina. She keeps a lot of her personal information private, but meaning that no one actually has a proper name. She just has a bunch of nicknames: Lady of the Sun, Lady of Emeralds, all sorts of different stuff. So most people just call her the Tsarina. But all of the merchant princes agree that this woman is richer than all of them, and as such, she's their leader. The snake charmer is a man named Nazir. He has originally began his journey to being a merchant prince as a street performer that was known for charming snakes. He began to create an entertainment sort of business and industry that started thriving extremely well, and then began investing in outposts outside of the city that always seemed to be in the right position for a new caravan line that one of the other merchant princes needed, creating a sort of very weird structure of entertaining rest stops that were also very well protected. He earned a lot of money doing that, and eventually managed to become a merchant prince. He has a very large family before his wife died of birthing complications, and now spends his time with a very large harem, living in the lap of luxury. His children, none of which actually had to do the 10 years of... Actually, I'm sorry. The first, I think it was 2 to 3 of his children did the 10 years of hard labor, but then he paid for Phazin and the rest to not need to do it. So half of his children are very well learned, very, very, strong, and are proud of their citizenship. And then Phazin turned out super spoiled. And as such, there's a lot of friction between them. You'll remember that in the very first meeting. Half the reason Phazin's been sent out here is because his dad is sick of him. And he got into a legal issue and a crime and a lot of trouble in the capital city. So this is kind of like a working exile that Phazin's been put into. Does that generally cover Phazin's situation and the information that you guys had known previously? Please take notes on that.
Yes.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's more of what's going on. If you need any information on any of the other merchant princes or anything, you can start rolling histories, as no information has been given about any of them as of yet. But I'd recommend save it for when it's relevant to actually make these rolls, so we just don't get bogged down with me waxing exposition for the next few hours.
Yeah.
Well,
Again, I'm just
The-
thinking about... Oh, sorry. Go
the
ahead.
snake charmer is expecting us to send word to him, correct? But
Yes.
We have not yet done that.
No, you have not.
And so, what if we send word to Naharim's family first? Tell them to immediately come here. And then, a few days later, we send a letter to the snake charmer, informing about the situation, and then everyone learns that Phazin has arrived here safely. But by that time, Naharim's family is already en route to get here.
The logistics of that won't work. It takes far too long to send messages across the blood sand.
Actually, you would normally be correct. But Zandra has a background feature.
I do have a background feature.
Ooh.
You could get a secret message to your contact in Thascalis, who would then be able to get it to Naharim's family, hopefully without the snake charmer finding out. As the criminal contact background feature flat says, you know how to get messages to and from your contact, even over great distances.
Specifically, the local messengers, corrupt caravan masters, and seedy sailors who can deliver messages for you.
And I will say it is usable in this situation because Dustwalker and a few of the other mercenaries have to return to Thanskaran. So if you were to send 2 letters, one through Zandra's criminal contact and one through the proper channels, they would arrive at similar times, with Zondra's contact arriving first. So, logistically, it is possible, thanks to you, Zondra, if you want to explain that to the party. In character.
Yeah. Well, real quick, before you jump to conclusions, it is quite possible for me to get a message back to the capital, not too shortly. It depends on how important it is. I could make it happen.
In the end, it all depends on how Faison and Naharim end up interacting here.
I mean, it sounds like you've managed to somewhat change Naharim's mind as far as it comes to Faison and the grudge that he held himself. That doesn't change his family, but if we can somehow provide both protection for his family and a way for them to work their way out of their debts without having to deal with all these other hardships and situations that would just make the other things we have to tackle more difficult, it feels like the best solution to me.
We could also go by the route of... I mean, we can combine a couple of routes, actually, but if we were, in our letter, explaining the situation that Naharim was, the cause of a lot of strife coming over here, and perhaps the family needs to be punished, and in doing so, we wish to take on their debt so that we can punish them personally over here. If they are already en route over here, the Snake Charmer might be more malleable to the idea of, letting us deal with a punishment because they're already on the way. And so he'll just, instead of us asking for permission, we're more, asking for forgiveness,
That makes sense. I mean, we could also say that it could be part of our protecting his son and preventing him from dying, He might not care for the brat, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to be grateful that we saved his life. Not
right,
to mention several of the caravan mercenaries, so...
So what we could do is, in our letter that we send to Naharim's family, we're explaining that they need to get through the blood sands immediately over here, and then to Nazir, Faison's father, we explain that in order to further investigate these transgressions and finding out who's responsible, we need to have Naharim's family over here in our custody so that we can better investigate. And if they're already on the route here, then he might just shrug and just go, yeah, they're already on the way over there, so what's the harm in them trying to get the job done? Instead of trying to find them out himself.
Either way, we're trying to reduce the risk of expending time and resources that we don't have while also trying to protect as many people that we can in whatever ways we can. It might be limited, but I think this is better than nothing, at least. Taking the family here should be a part of it, regardless of what path we choose to walk down.
I agree. I already feel like we failed enough with the villagers, and I wish to be able to save lives wherever we can otherwise.
River, would I be able to make a check to see how much I know about Naharim's family?
Of course. Also, yes, Wakavision, Undyne is this amazing, even in her own streams. As is Zanzra and everyone. Remember, if you guys wanted to check out any of the other talents that you see today, that's not the right command, you can check them out on those locations, and please do. They are excellent. Hell yeah, time to quit my job to watch Undyne, Waka says. Thank you.
Also, I feel like it's very generous of you to call us talents when, there's a bunch of talented people over here, and then there's me.
Lloyd, with a
Shut up,
9,
Valentin.
with a
You're
9,
talented.
you had heard of a wow kitty of a
Wow, kitty.
merchant prince. A merchant prince. The name escapes you, but over the past few decades, yes, Pixel, come here. The family over the past few decades, which had made its living quite predictably in caravan guarding, kept on having the caravans that they were guarding hit very heavily by the Cadron raiders in the past, sorry, not decades, in the past 5 years. Basically, every single caravan that went out from this family was lost forever, meaning they very slowly began losing more and more funds. So they began taking loans out from the Snake Charmer, as well as borrowing his men and his guards to try and shore up their own defenses. But it didn't help. They kept losing their caravans until they had nothing anymore to ship. And no one would trust their reputation, so no one would hire their guards either. You think that it could be Naharim's family. But you don't know any of the names or the exact specifics. It's just corroborating the information that Valentin had discovered before. Or actually, you and Valentin. That was a tandem thing. You were the distraction, if I recall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it.
Meaning that you were physically present when that information was discovered. So, again, it's not a lot of new information for you, but just more information you had previously that I believe you guys have forgotten out of character.
You went to rob them and then left them money because you felt bad for them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go to rob them. I went to find out about a conspiracy.
Yeah, and then you found out how broke they were and left them money.
Yeah, and then I felt bad and I left money. Yes, you're right. You're right about that part. No one has lost more money than I have for no reason. Anyway. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry again.
You're fine. But yeah,
Anyway.
so that's the history of Naharim's family as of the last 5 years. Any further questions or comments before I zip us back to the current scene where Phazin is looking at you questioningly as if him saying that if we exiled him and his family, is that the right thing to do?
I guess what we're trying to take away from our conversation ahead of this is that our wish is to somehow get Naharim's family over here, so that we can both protect them and also, find out more about the truth of the matter.
My model's doing anything weird, it's because of the kitty cat. Alright, so what do you want to say to him now that he's there and he's talking? You'll have to cut in because it seems as if Phazin's about to exile.
That might not be the only option.
He looks to you quizzically. I thought this is what we had discussed.
We discussed needing some kind of follow-up, but we also might be able to arrange something that could help all parties and make sure that your family's not punished.
And what's that?
Deirdre kind of looks to Valentin.
Shit.
Well, not to make you take charge, but to kind of like both handle the situation together, you know?
Naharim,
What?
I have a question for you.
You never seem to run out. We all know
Your
how this
goal-
is gonna end. We should just get it over with.
Your goal was to kill Faison so that your family could be rid of their debt, correct? That was the entire mission, and you've said that for years you've resented this man.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. If your goal was to dispose of Naharim in a manner where
I'm not
you
Harim.
were... If you could... Look,
I
you're
hate
both...
this.
You're both very similar. If your goal was to dispose of Faison in a way that would have been much easier, a lot less stress on you, and would have risked a lot less discovery from other parties. With how close you were to
I
Faison.
had been told to do it in that specific way.
But why?
I don't know.
That's good to know, actually.
You
Why?
could have for any reason just stabbed him, thrown him overboard, sent him into the sands in ways that would have summoned the monster without you also risking your life.
I was told to do it like this.
So you
I
were
don't
told
think
that
I ever expected any of us to make it out of there alive. I'm pretty sure if I was the one giving him the order to do this, I'd be thinking, no one's coming out. There's no evidence any of this ever happened because the person I sent to do it died along with him.
Yeah, maybe. They were really specific on how it needed to be done. Said that if it happened in any other way, my debts wouldn't be forgiven.
Interesting. Interesting. So, another question arises then. How are they making sure that it happened exactly like that? Perhaps they had somebody watching. I mean, how was they supposed to know that you did it exactly as they demanded? Perhaps they had someone here. Someone came along with us. It works for them.
I don't know. I don't care either now. I'm just tired. Faison, I'm just tired. Just kill me and get it over with. I'd like to rest now. Ah, Ruby
Do you
Kale,
want to
thank
die,
you
or
so
do you
much
want to
for the
give your
gifted
family
sub.
an opportunity to not have to live through their debts?
I don't
to
see any way
make
that you're
things
gonna
right?
be able to get them out of it. No, that's actually not my cat for a change. It's someone else's cat this
That's
evening.
my cat!
That's Valtryria's
It's
cat.
Jinxie!
It's like, that doesn't sound like meowing, I know.
But again, I just don't see the point. There's nothing we can do anymore. I
You don't
failed.
see the point in saving your family?
I've already failed to save them.
So you think they're already dead?
I don't know.
And if they're still
No,
alive, you
no.
wouldn't want to try?
I'm just tired, okay?
Yeah,
I
sure, we're all
give-
tired, alright?
I give up. I'm done.
You're not tired, you're a coward.
Yeah.
You were
maybe.
taking the easy way out at every step. You were taking the easy way out by trying to kill him instead of trying to find some other way to make things right or to work through your own goddamn problems. But you're not just tired. You're walking away in the only way that you can think how without having to even answer for what you've done. And you are not going to get through it that easily because that would be too good a service to someone who put so many other lives at risk for their own selfish desires, however well, I don't know, meaning they may have been as far as your family is concerned.
And what are you gonna
You're
do
not
about
getting
it?
out of it this easily.
Phaeton's gonna run this whole town into the ground like he has everything else in his life.
Phaeton's
What are
not going to
you
be left
gonna
alone
do
to his
about
own
it?
devices here.
So you're gonna mollycoddle him
you-
just like his daddy did. Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Can I, like, reach my hand through the cells and, like, pull him up to the bars?
I
So
had
that he's,
narrated
like,
that he was a
face-to-face
little
with me?
bit further away before, but that sounds really fun. So yes, I'm gonna say that he got a little close to the bars and you can reach out and grab him. Please roll me in
Yes,
athletics.
Mhm.
You being a
Well, I wanted to do
cleric
it in-
half-orc, I believe that
Yeah.
you're going to very much succeed.
Yeah.
That one.
With a 22, let me just
22.
do a shadow roll, because he might nat 20, but I highly fucking doubt it. You grab him and describe what you want to do with him. You've got a good grip on the rags that he's been furnished with.
I'm just holding him up to me, and he's probably, like, kind of on his tippy toes. Because I'm a big lady. I'm
He's
tall.
a big lady.
I'd also like
I'm a
you
big
now
woman,
that you've got him
and
face to
I-
face before you speak. Now that you've got him face to face before you speak, I would like you to please
Mm-hmm.
roll an insight, as your character's pretty insightful, and I'd like to see if you notice anything about his current body expression. A 14's a still pretty
14.
damn good roll, and as you kind of hoist him up, although his body is limp and he's not resisting at all, you can see that for a very brief moment, his lip curls into a small beginning of a snarl, his eyes narrow, almost like, buried deep down under this nihilism, there was still something that you could reach underneath him right now.
Yeah.
But you grab him.
But
you
Daddy,
pull
I
him
can
up.
fix him! I pull him up, and kind of heft him so that he's eye to eye with me. And I say, "You're not talking to me, you're listening.
Yes, Mommy.
You might think that you're done, but the thing here is, boy, you don't have a choice. And we are going to make sure that this idiot, no offense, Phazon, doesn't
None
fuck things up for this
taking.
town."
I'm fully aware that I'm an idiot. Please.
Jason, please stay quiet.
Okay. All right.
It seems like the two of you both still have some growing up to do. And if we have to help that growing up and nurture it along, then goddamn it, I guess I'm your mama now. You're listening to me, and you're gonna follow orders because we are going to do something to save your goddamn family, even if you're too fucking useless to save yourself. And maybe we'll even save you too. Though I don't know with the way you're talking that you even deserve it, but deserving or not, you're not getting executed. You're not taking the coward's way out. You are not taking the easy way out. And you are going to work hard. And we are going to make that boy work hard as well. The last thing that we need is more fuck-ups from anybody. We're all
Now,
tired.
Valentin, I heard you
Sorry.
about to say something. I was going to prompt a roll, but if you have anything to add, I'd like to hear what you have to say before I prompt it. And
Well, mine is more investigative, so I guess you might want to roll first. you know.
Dee Dee, I'm going to allow you to roll me a charisma, and I know you've got a -2. And as such, that was, I feel, a more insightful sort of discussion where you're trying to persuade him instead with the force of your personality, but by reaching within him. Meaning I'm going to allow this charisma to be rolled with your wisdom stat instead, or you can roll the persuasion with your charisma, but do so at advantage. The choice is yours. Meaning that, do you have proficiency in charisma?
I think I don't. I think that,
That
as
would
far
give you a
as
total of
this
a
is concerned,
+3
it's
to the roll, or -2 with advantage.
I'm gonna do +3, and I'm gonna use my inspiration because I think this is really important. So I'm
Perfect.
gonna roll wisdom with advantage instead.
Yeah, just roll me a wisdom
Um,
check then, please.
I still have something I want to ask him, but it's
Fucking
okay. Oh
I hate
God,
it.
I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Yes, what happened to my phone?
Valentin, are you all right?
Jesus.
It sounds like we need to excite some
Did he just get attacked?
a cough
How do you
attack, I
get
think.
how do you get Undyne Mommy asking for a friend? It's pretty easy. She kind of does it often to frustrate me because she knows its effect upon me.
I do what?
No, never mind.
Let me-
Please put it away.
Let me know
Let's
what
let
is.
go at the moment.
You go watch her debut of her new model on Saturday.
Her nude?
She does
Her
Dude,
nude?
and I was
Yeah,
like,
me too.
what?
I was like, this is
Undyne?
news to me. What?
Did you start an OnlyFans? Where can I see it for
said
Why,
research
you
no,
lying?
you
purposes?
dingleberries.
Slice
Regardless,
is just a mod. It's
back-
the OnlyFans
back
manager,
on
apparently.
back on the topic. A 12 isn't particularly impressive here, and it does fail to reach Naharim. Once again, you see as if what you're saying is working, and it's about to ignite that passion in him, and you can see he's about to, like, lay into you. He's about to open his mouth, and then he just goes limp again, and he just says, whatever.
Ugh,
Let me go.
Naharim,
I hate
have
moments like this.
I have a question of inquiry. Well, maybe a line of inquiry, and
What else
I'm
is
mostly
new?
confused about a situation where you're supposed to lay your life on the line. Make sure that yourself die along with everyone else that could witness the death of your supposed friend.
I wasn't told for anybody else to die. I don't think
Well-
it mattered to the person who was telling me if anyone else lived or died. Just the way
Main
that it
po-
happened
main-
seemed important.
Main point is, you would have gone through all of this trouble, and you would have had no way of knowing if they would have kept their word or not.
They wrote it in the sand.
Can I, while Valentin is hashing this out, go to like Buckethead and Sarah and say, I've tried using logic to talk some sense into him, so maybe you two dingbats can do something. There's a spark in there. It's deep, but we can get some use out of this instead of having him just waste his life away.
Back to Valentin.
Yep,
It's-
thank you.
Do you
He
need me to
wrote
repeat his
in-
answer? Yeah, he wrote it in the sand.
I don't know what that means.
Lloyd, you would, just from hearing the phrase, it's a pretty common phrase in Thascalus. Writing a contract or deal into the sand, and just leaving it there for Brother Sand to eventually have the wind wipe it off of the face of the earth. It's a superstition, but it's a very strong one, especially amongst the merchants and princes of Thascalus, as it's essentially the contract is then given up to the god, Brother Sand. There's no real magical enforcing of a contract like that, but there's a lot of folk and fairy tales about people who have written something in the stand and then gone back on their word and then been punished terribly through horrible misfortunes. So it's a pretty big superstitious thing, and generally it's considered to be a sacred bond. It's a regional thing in Thascalus.
You're just telling me.
Well, let
That-
Lloyd explain it in character, because you never know. Although Lloyd knows what it is, knowing Lloyd, he might choose not to explain it. You do know he is a local Valentin, so you could always look to him for clarification on what that means.
Well, I say that I don't know what that means.
Lloyd,
It
do
means
you
nothing to me.
do you offer anything up, Lloyd?
It's just a superstition. It's no legally binding.
You're telling me that this person that you don't know and you have no idea who it is, that you trusted them completely based on them writing something in the sand, and that would become to you something binding enough that they wouldn't go back on it, and you would have no way of checking that up later.
Alright, let's be honest. Let's be honest, these two aren't known for their intelligence.
Yeah, look, no, I know it's weird, okay, but I don't know. I just trusted him, I guess. I don't know why.
Maybe whatever happened wasn't necessarily happening by chance. Maybe some other sort of means to get you to trust him, magical or otherwise.
Maybe a charm person?
It's nonsensical to me that you would be so
cultural.
willing. Yes, but in the end, he still decided that his family's debt was worth all the lives of those innocent people on that skiff.
Desperate people do stupid things. Also,
And you're
wealthy-
proud of this.
No, I didn't go through with it in the end. You stopped me. I tried to help you all. I fought with you, remember?
I mean, you're fighting sure as hell against us right now.
I'm not fighting
That's
against
why-
you. I'm just done. I don't want...
you're not.
That's why I'm thinking you somehow wanted this to happen. You wanted someone to stop you. You didn't want to become a murderer of so many innocent people. You didn't want to be the one responsible for the death of a person that you had grown up with, whether you hated him or not. And now you're telling me that you've just given up, that whoever instigated this all along is going to somehow get the upper hand, decide the fate of your family, without you having a say or any hand in whatever happens. You're just going to give up.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. There's no point.
What do you mean there's no point?
I don't even remember.
You went through... You don't even remember?
No, I don't remember what he looked like or anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what you want. I'm just...
Are you sure that you hated Naharim as much as you did?
No,
Faison.
he's
I'm not-
asking him about himself.
Faison as much as you did.
I certainly hate
You
myself
hate
right
yourself
now,
as much
he
as you
says. Sorry. Yeah,
Or is that just an idea that's been planted in your head by this one person?
is there any way we could check that? See if his mind's been affected by some magical effect.
with the Knowledge Arcana, there actually are some tests that you can do. They are all verbally based, where you go through their emotions and feelings at the time, and eventually you can start in a person who was charmed or had their memory altered or something. As long as your Arcana roll is high enough, you can begin pointing and poking holes in their perception of the event that had happened.
Before we
Alright.
begin doing anything, though, we need to get him to give a
That's-
damn. So if
that's
one of
got-
you could help, that
that's
would be
got-
much appreciated.
That's got +5
Look at
on
your
it.
Discord, you nerd.
It's got
Oh,
3. It's got a -2 on it. It should be a +3, so it's 5 higher than that. It's a 19.
How is it a +3? Oh,
Yeah, you know.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I do know. With that 17 then, or sorry, +3,
Yeah, 17.
it would be a 19.
Oh, right,
No,
right.
no,
Yeah,
off the 16, it should be a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, with a 19, you spend a little bit, and you, through a series of targeted questions, it's very clear Narim had his mind altered at that event. The hatred of Phazon, that is actually true, though. His emotions stay consistent throughout the whole thing, but you are able to poke some interesting holes, and you realize Naharim doesn't believe in the writing in the sand superstition, and yet he was willing to trust someone who did it, implicitly. And still does, but doesn't know why he trusted that person in the first place. Meaning you suspect a very simple spell like Charm Person was cast on him, and then something was used to just alter his memory of meeting that person.
Gotcha. Well, Valentin, surprisingly, you're kind of onto something. You're wrong about the fact that he hates Phazon. He absolutely hates Phazon still. There's nothing changed there. He's always hated Phazon. But it looks like whoever met with him altered his memory and got him to trust him. So, yeah, he's been magically altered, so he doesn't remember what the person looks like, and he also has been forced to trust him.
I need to
Does
leave.
that answer your questions?
And Phazon, after saying that, quickly rushes out of the small jail. Pushing past Captain Majida, who seems surprised as he very swiftly moves out of the jailhouse, and you hear him retching outside.
Some people don't take news too well. It's alright. It happens. Do you feel more cooperative to talk now? Now that you know that you've been magically affected?
That only means what we're up against is even worse.
Yeah, we need somebody to... Who is the face? I can't be the face! Who is the face?
That would be either
Are you...
Sir Buckethead Valentin or
Somebody
Serrario,
needs to be charming to get
technically.
this guy to stop being such a nihilistic fuckhead.
Technically, I could also be Devin.
Just,
Does
just
it make
do one
sense
of
for
that.
Devin to come out right now?
Do one of
No,
those
but I'm
things
just
where
saying
you-
that, like, if you prodded for it in roleplay, and you prodded for needing someone to speak, you know, charismatically.
I mean, Dee already prodded through roleplay for Serrario and Buckethead to do something.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I
if
was
you'd have to
asking you a
direct it at
question about other
Zandra,
people.
though.
We're
No,
talking,
I
so I was
answered.
waiting.
It's not.
Sounds
not
like
Slice's
it's
fault,
now
not Sarah's
time.
fault.
Sounds like it's now time for either Sir Buckethead or Serrario to take the lead here.
Oh boy.
Both of
I'm
them.
giving Sarah an opportunity because she doesn't get to do this much.
All right, Sarah.
I will support you, though.
So like I feel like through all of this, like I just have an annoyed look on my face. So I like kind of just stomp my way up to him, and I'm like, I am just so tired of you being so like, I'm against everything and against everyone. Everyone here is trying to help you, even though you did some terrible things, and we're trying to help your family, and you don't even care right now. And I need you to care right now, because what is the point? Why do we care? You need to care. So get up and care, and let's just work on this together. Because are you just gonna rot in here?
Roll me a persuasion. And do you add anything in Buckethead to give her advantage? And just one moment, guys. I gotta chase Pixel out. She's being very loud and very much in heat at the window. So one moment.
In heat?
Yeah. Pixel.
What, you got
Yes.
something in common with her?
Undying's like, I would
What
like
would
to
you
be
like to
eaten.
know, weather boy?
I gotta get to the window.
I'll have to wait for her to leave. She's kind of in a spot I can't get to her right now. All right. So, wow, you didn't even wait. Serrario, as you're saying this, he gets to his feet, kind of surging upwards, and grabs hold of the bars, and Naharim begins to shout, "What would you know about anything? You're not even from here. You're probably some spoiled rich girl elsewhere. What do you know about hardship? Nothing. Who the fuck are you to lecture me?" He screams.
We're the
Mr.
people
Yelling.
trying to keep you and your family alive, damn it. And here you are whinging and trying to die in a cell instead of doing something about it.
this is all I can do. Maybe if I die here, whoever that was will just leave my family alone because I'll be dead, and he won't have any more fucking leverage over me, you fucking idiots!
Or maybe it's not about the leverage, and maybe they'll just get rid of loose ends.
My family had nothing to do with this.
Do you think it fucking matters to them? Do you think they're going to distinguish between your family and you? They altered your mind. They changed your perception and perspective to try to get you to trust them. Don't think that they're not going to do something to hurt innocent people.
They also had everything to do with you. They raised you, whether you wish them to or not. That is the fact of the matter, that they are your family. And whether it matters to whoever made you do this or not, they are still your family. And one way or the other, they might just seek revenge one way or the other. Because that's what they would do. They are already showing that they are willing to manipulate you with magic.
Fine. Fine, okay? You win. Again! You know more than I do! Fuck! What do we do? And as he says that, Phazon comes in, wiping the vomit from his lips.
That was big.
Yep, he's shaking a little bit, but he walks back in. And he stands and he looks to you all and he says, I've changed my mind. And he pulls you to the side, Valentin. If you'll allow
shit.
him.
Good.
Okay. What is it now?
We have to execute him. And
Okay.
Phazon seems terrified. His entire face is darting around everywhere and he's not meeting your eyes.
And what made you come to this conclusion?
Look, you don't want to know, okay? We have to kill him. It'll be better for him. It'll be better for us. We don't want to be a part of this.
I pull out my gun.
Okay, you draw your firearm, and Phazon, as you draw your firearm, Phazon says, "Right now, right here."
I put my gun
I
up
think
against.
it's time for you to put on your hat, by the way.
Yeah.
Valentin. If there ever were a time for that fucking hat, it's right now, you asshole.
Yeah, but that means I would need to make an effort.
River, it's obviously
Anyway.
he's terrified of something, right?
I'm
Very obvious.
okay.
Yeah.
Let
Can I
Valentin have his
cast
scene.
heroism?
Let Valentin have his scene, and then that's not a bad idea. Perhaps you could cast heroism on him.
No. Please do cast heroism on him as I do this. I think it would make a really good scene. I put my gun up against Phason's head. I am so sick and tired of you two spoiled brats constantly whining and complaining about what you could have done, what you couldn't have done, what you think you should be doing, what you don't think you should be doing. How about instead of you constantly talking about all of the things that went wrong with the two of you in your lives, why don't you do something to fix it instead? This is not fixing anything. This is just making things worse. I'm so sick and tired of both of you trying to do the wrong thing. Don't make me pull this trigger, because I will fucking pull this trigger.
He looks.
If you don't fucking man up.
Valentin is doing what I
Are
want
we-
to do this whole
Are we all watching this, by the way? Like, how
No,
far
this
away
is
did he
outside.
pull him?
You guys
This is
are all
outdoors?
watching, but Buckethead reacts first. And how does casting heroism work, Buckethead?
You mean like what, the mechanics or the RP?
The mechanics and the RP. I'd like to know both of how you do. Is Buckethead
So
is the
it's-
first one to react.
Though
He's
it does
figured
say
this
a
out.
willing creature you touch, so I don't know if that works.
He's probably pretty willing. Valentin's got a gun on him. He's
It
probably
says
looking.
for the next minute, they're immune to being frightened.
Okay, I'll
So
have
it's
some
the fear
roleplay with
effect.
it. Do you have to touch them?
Yes.
Okay, roleplay casting the spell.
He slithers up and it just starts sludging
I'm
all
in
over
armor.
him.
Why would I slither?
I don't know, you're a slime.
I'm just picturing him like shooting out of his armor right now to like touch him. Just slime projectile.
He just starts licking him. Just
That
go,
is a mechanic of my character, by the way.
Yeah,
to
it
lick
really is.
people?
I can extending the tentacle.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead
thought you
and
meant the licking
no.
part.
You should not have seen
Oh
You have tentacles.
no! You're calling people all worked up now. Why would you say that?
Sly has
Just
tentacles,
that-
Sarah.
that sudden gasp.
Carry on with the RP.
Extend the
let's
tentacle.
ignore that this
Let's
is
keep it
happening.
moving. Let's keep it moving. Sly, describe what you do.
I reach out and put a hand on Phaeton's shoulder.
Do
So I imagine this. You said this wasn't that big a hut, so
No, it's not that
probably
big.
not
The
that
jail
far
cell's
away.
fairly small, yeah.
And I'll reach out and I will begin casting heroism on him, and a red glow will envelop his body.
How long does it take to cast?
Casting time is 1 action.
Perfect. So, do you say anything to chase his fear away?
Pain, fly away.
Quit being a pansy, you brat.
Valentin, as this is cast, Phazon suddenly grabs the barrel of your gun and leans into it. And the normally knock-kneed noble, grinding your barrel into his forehead, says, "Do it, but don't fucking miss. It's gonna be a lot better than what's coming. My father has access to those spells. It must have been him." My
Fuck.
dad.
Zandra will just like whistle in the background.
Does he have like a look of revelation on his face as he realized what's going on? Or
Oh, he
is this
realized
something
it.
you realized while he was vomiting?
He realized it when he was vomiting.
He
I
realized
think.
it when he was vomiting, and he grinds
doing a
his.
pookie.
He grinds into the barrel, and he just says, "Just fucking do it. If Dad wants me dead, we're all dead."
Then we go down fighting, damn it, as I slap him in the back of the head for trying to get himself shot. With a gauntlet.
Crack.
Again, I just want to emphasize this
Yeah.
every time I get the chance.
He just goes out cold because he has what,
I
like
have enough
4
s-
hit. He has
I
like
can
4
control
hit
my
points.
strength, damn it.
Yeah, you slap
It's
him
a-
upside
it's a-
the head.
Do you want to?
I'm
I
not trying to
wouldn't.
knock him unconscious.
But it all makes sense. They owed him the money. Who else was going to be able to forgive their fucking debt?
Well, I guess subterfuge it is, huh? Eh.
So
I still say then if we
What?
have to go against him, then we still have a better chance
and
alive
then,
and sticking together.
then you tell me, Phaeton. I got it right? It's Phaeton,
Yes,
right?
you got it right.
You got it correct. Yeah, hey. Yeah.
That
You
was in
tell me then,
character.
Faison.
That's his name, right?
I just want to ask you this for clarification. If the goal of our group was to keep you alive, but it was the goal of Nairim to get you dead, then what does it make us?
I don't
Are we just
fucking
another
know.
sac-
It's probably some fucked up test of valor or something again from him. He does this shit all the time. To me, my brothers, my sisters, to all of us. He's fucked up.
And you know what the best way to shove it to your father then is? To prove him wrong.
Yeah, you're... And then heroism wears off and he goes... and he just collapses unconscious to the ground as all the fear comes back.
Yeah.
Naharim
Also,
blinks a few times. And then he sits down. And he says, "Wow, that really is fucked up."
Yeah. It's not all roses for little imbecile over here, is it, huh?
it's not roses for anyone. We've all been played by an old man was probably suffering from whatever else he's suffering from. But you know what? Sorry, let me close the door so that the wind doesn't come in.
What?
Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
That was the sandstorm that was blowing.
Twitch is able to hear me yelling at Pixel and trying to get her. Twitch isn't able to hear me yelling at Pixel and trying to get her out of here. I had muted there, but I forgot to mute on Discord. She's in a spot she's not supposed to be, and I'm trying to get her down before she pees everywhere. So, sorry guys, you heard my Discord heard me trying to get her out of here. My bad.
Okay, so you were saying?
I completely lost my train of thought.
You were talking to Naharim about how...
Yeah,
his
sticking
life
it to
was
his
fucked up.
father.
How we've all been played and...
By an old man.
By an old man. We've been all played. I am so sick and tired of being the pawn in someone else's game. First, we thought we were saving a bunch of villagers, and it turns out that, no, we were just in some sort of sick game where someone was trading lives for lives and information for information, and everything was just a game to them. It didn't matter whether we succeeded or not. And now, when we come back here, we find out that we're just all part of the same game. That some old man either wanted to teach his son a valuable lesson, or he would get rid of everything that linked him to his son in the first place, which in turn would have doomed this entire town. And doomed us. And, I don't like either of those prospects. So how about we completely turn this ship around, and we prove it to the old...
Cocksucker. Okay, alright, that's probably a better term to use. Sorry. I'm pretty fucking pissed.
I'm a noble. I've never heard such awful
Well, that's
words.
where the -2 charisma comes in.
I was a sergeant and a military lady for a while in a resistance. I don't have to pay kindly to floral, savory language.
Yeah, so what if instead of just proving him wrong, what if there's a way we can get back at him? Not only to, prove that he was wrong in misjudging his son and doing all this, but to get revenge.
That would put us in
a
direct
taste.
conflict, Captain Majida says.
Yeah, well, he tried to have us killed, so I think the direct conflict's already been done.
I mean...
Hey, you started it.
I think she means with her.
What?
Yeah.
You mean as in he tried to have you killed as well, you know that, right?
Not my call, that'd be my commander's to make. But we're currently contracted to keep the Snake Charmers safe.
The Snake Charmer or his son?
Both. Ravana's spears work exclusively for and with the Snake Charmer. My division was sent for Phazon.
Well, if that's the case, I think I can see one case solution.
Yeah.
Well, one way where we all get, to eat the cake and have a slice of it as well. I think that came out in the wrong order. Either way, the main
point is... Wouldn't you be able to have a
is...
slice of the cake if you were already eating it?
Shut up! It's fine. We got what he meant.
From the floor, Phazon says, "We have cake?"
If you're awake, get up, you lazy bastard.
Sorry, carry on, Valentin.
No, everyone needs to interrupt, so, we'll just said my piece.
What's your idea?
Well, Majida needs to keep Phazon safe and alive. Obviously, that is in complete contradiction with what Naharim was tasked with doing. And so all of this was a test, one way or the other, for Phazon to get through. Because for some reason he his father doesn't think he's capable of it. But if we turn this town around, we improve it from the ground up, and we not only just not just save it, but we make it the best place in all of Vanskoran, then no longer will the Snake Charmer have a hold over Phazon. Instead, Phazon will be the one taking charge. And that would be the biggest slap in the face to that old geezer who had tried to have us all killed for his own sick enjoyment.
It's a mighty tall order. You sure we got what we... You sure? I'm not sure we've got the brains for that. We're not exactly merchants.
And we'll find merchants. We'll find people that are more capable in the areas that we're not capable in. And we'll raise Phazon from the ground up and improve him so that he can be proud of himself and not because he needs to be proud because of his father.
Majida nods and says, that would work, and we'd hit the Snake Charmer in his wallet. I'm not supposed to protect that, she says.
With a wink.
If Phazon can actually turn himself around and become something valuable, he can start up his own business, get separate to his father, and maybe become a merchant prince himself.
We'll beat some sense into him. We'll make him into a man. Make a man out of him.
Let's get down to business.
So
And
the
for
moron,
this-
the moron's hasn't done anything with it, but I know for a fact that because he didn't have to do his 10 years of labor, Phazon received private tutors and plenty of schooling. Maybe he was
probably
just never given a chance. I'm sorry, Valentin, out of character. There's a bit of lag between us. I don't mean to keep interrupting you. Please go on.
Oh no, I'm completely used to you interrupting me.
I love you.
No, you don't. And for this, Phazon, for someone that has never had to face adversity before, now we have the perfect foil for you. Now that you know that your friend is not actually your friend, but as actually someone that actively hates you, he is the perfect person to help you improve.
I don't like where this is going, Naharim says from inside his cell.
It's not
Too
just
damn
gonna
bad.
be you, buddy. Don't worry about it.
We'll beat some sense into you too.
Okay,
You
you
have
really don't need to.
You have a person here that knows you really well. And he'll also be in his best interest to not just be someone that agrees with you because it's the easy way out. He's someone that is going to actively disagree with you because that is what someone that hates you do. And so once you start improving and you start coming up with ideas on your own that are actually plausible and actually make sense, he might actually agree with you because it's the right choice and not just because he was meant to be your bootlicker. In the meantime, we need to find a way to get his family over here, and we already have an idea in place on how to get his family over here.
I can pull a few favors with the rest of Ravina's spears and escort them here. Technically, keeping safe the people who owe my employer money would be in his best interests. Meaning I could
I think
ask, with Zondra's help, in her contacts of getting a letter out there, we could have a small detachment bring them the long way around instead of through the blood sands. Take longer to get here, but be a hell of a lot safer.
It also might be smart to get them here by our own power rather than waiting for some other kind of permission. Again, as Valentin said, easier to ask for forgiveness and not try to give the snake charmer more time to plan or to mess with whatever we need to do to make sure that these boys are safe and that this town is not harmed by some fucking rich guy who doesn't give a shit about how they do so long as his pockets are lined.
That sounds about right to me, Majida says.
What about you, Naharim? Aren't you sick and tired of being the pawn in someone else's game? Don't you want to take control into your own hands?
He laughs irefully and says, it now just sounds like I'm the pawn in your game, but whatever, fuck it. Let's do it. What good timing on the quack sound alert, Duckett. I actually think that blocked out my curse. But yeah.
Quack, quack.
So does that mean I get my clothing back and I'm allowed out of this cell?
I look over at Faison.
Is he still on the ground?
No, he's kind of gotten up and he's getting to his feet and he notices everybody looking at him and he looks between you all as if he's just not realizing that he's supposed to say something here. He goes, oh, yeah, yes?
Just let him out.
Captain? And Majida strides forwards, takes off a belt of keys, and unlocks the cell door. Naharim steps out into the jail. He massages his, wrists, stretches.
I'm gonna put my arm on his shoulder in a friendly way and say, let's get you back to the inn and washed up.
Don't touch
I've been in
me.
this cell a long time.
Don't think that because I'm working along with you makes us friends.
I squeeze his shoulder really tight. I'm not touching you because you're my friend, boy. Let's go. And I kind of guide him.
And I walk up behind him and slap him on the back like I did. Jason
You said back, but in my head I was hearing his ass. Just like,
give a slap on his cheek.
Y'all are a bunch of gutter brains.
That would be incredibly demoralizing, and I would not be okay with that in this specific instance.
No, I was going to slap him on the back and says, "Friend or not, we need you in good shape."
Yep.
And I start stroking his chin and be like, yeah, we're gonna put you in real good shape.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Why are all of you
No
so
hazing.
close to me?
To make
Put
sure
me
you
in a
don't
dick.
run.
And then, Naharim turns the corner with a piece of bread in his mouth and runs into Faison, and they both collapse to the ground and stare into each other's eyes. I'm kidding. But regardless,
They reach for the roll at the same time.
Majida says, do you want to keep custody of him, or I can take him if there's anything else you wanted to get done around the town or the area? I know you're quite busy.
Well, we still need to scout the refugees, but we could probably
I think it's a
split
good
up
idea.
and do that.
And Rai has a midnight
We can do
rendezvous.
that, yeah.
I do.
I don't want to just keep shutting him off and we don't care. I think Naharim needs to be with us for at least a bit, or we need to give him some time to rest and to recuperate from everything that we've discovered today.
I'd rather have some time alone to myself for the first time in weeks.
Yep,
get-
we'll bring you to the inn.
Cleaned up and not bothered by any of you.
I kind of give him a stern expression.
No.
Scenario! You can't go climbing
As
into
she
this
just
one's
sneaks up
closet.
behind
It's
him
off
and just-
limits. We've had this discussion before.
She looks at him like, fine.
So, what's the plan then, everyone? With that, Faison says, I should probably start drafting a letter to Father about us having reached here. What should I say about the refugees to the north?
We still need to go look at that.
It could take some time to get another letter out to him. Do you
Do
think
we
it's...
wait to contact him in the first place? until
He
after
just-
we've spoken with the refugees. If he gets
He-
mad about it, we just tell him that we haven't completed everything yet.
I'm worried if we don't get a letter soon enough out, especially with the secret letter that we're planning on sending. I'm worried that he could take it out on Naharim's family, or worse, send someone here.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we can't go blindly making decisions about them. We talked about that earlier, too.
Okay, look, and Phazon looks at you all in the eye. I know my father. Let me handle the letter to him. I will make it include the refugees. And I have an idea for that, but I'm going to need a bit of time to just mull it over my head. But just trust me on it, okay?
I'm gonna roll an insight. Does he seem like a little more grounded or sure of himself as far as what he's doing?
With a 12, you didn't need to roll high on this. This is the first time you've ever seen him stand up straight.
Deirdre looks at him and nods.
For the letter...
Looking at him with the first semblance of respect that she's probably shown for something that Phazon has said.
For the letter to Zandra, your contact, though, can you handle that, please?
Absolutely, not a problem.
Okay. Captain Majida, I'm going to need a bottle of the finest wine in the entire town, as well as the finest woman in the entire town. And he glances over to the way the rest of you are looking at him. He says, "What? It's my process, okay?
No, I don't think...
Can't expect me to change overnight."
Yes, we can. It is starting now. You're not going to start this town off on a sour note by having your way with whatever women you decide. I, for one, am not up for this.
I don't know that we...
We'll see what we can do
wanna
about the wine.
finagle over this.
We'll see what we can do about the wine, the captain says.
Yep.
Begins carting him off. Unless you got any further things you want to say to him.
No, I think we need to let him start working. He's right that time is probably of the essence for that.
I just can't believe he snubbed 3 beautiful women and just went, yeah, these are not good enough for me.
I mean,
No,
we've
I would
kind
say
of-
the women here scare him.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Song mode, I don't... Oh, God, I'm sorry. I don't do song mode in D&D anymore. It got way too annoying when I was trying to run serious scenes. Can a mod refund Arsenal's points? I really just need to update all of those and take a lot of stuff off the list. I don't like doing things that are intrusive to the game I'm running anymore. Alright. Majida and him leaving you all alone with Naharim. He says, alright,
I think
so...
Dee was going to take him to the inn, right?
Yep.
Okay. Dee, you're taking him to the inn. Is anyone
Yep.
else going with that? I don't want to run a scene for this, Undyne, unless you have anything particular that you wanted to say to him in
I
private.
think we're letting him finally have some time alone. I'm just supervising
Sure.
to make sure that he's safe and that no one else is no other funny business happens.
Yeah,
other
he...
than him
Hey,
and
Rye,
someone
have you
else.
decided if you're kicking us out yet?
Lloyd,
You
it's
can
your
stay
inn.
for the time being.
Okay, and are you allowing Naharim in?
Apparently.
I mean, if you don't want to give him a room, I'll let him use my quarters, and I'll figure something else out.
He, as
You can have a room.
as he comes in, he sees Rust Bucket sitting on a table, and he goes, "Ugh, cat."
He doesn't
Get
like
used to
cats
it.
now?
Oh,
Execute him, he's done.
We
As the
thought we were
entire
going to
party
redeem him,
starts
but he
drawing
doesn't like
weapons.
cats.
No, I think this is River being a booty hole.
Probably.
Regardless, he gets himself tidied up and keeps to his own. What's the rest of you doing?
I was gonna, before everyone walked away, I was gonna ask, so this letter I'm writing, it's specifically to his family. I'm trying to get them to come here, yeah? Anything else?
I thought it was
also,
to your contacts to go to his family to get them to come.
What?
both. but it's going to be both. It's going to be a letter to his, basically your contact.
Whose family?
I'll BRB, guys. I just heard, as you're talking about this, I heard a sussy noise, and I need to check on the cat.
So
Naharim's family, yeah?
Naharim's family is the one that we want to let know that they need to come here. But the one that's going to be delivering that message is your contact. And your contact is also going to be arranging for, travels to get here. So it's going to be a two-part letter. So basically you're writing to your contact to also contact his family, but whatever you're writing is going to be towards your contact, I think. But whatever you write to your contact is also what your contact is going to tell his family. So it's kind of a both.
I will say I can send messages. I don't know if I've got the pool or the resources to make things happen beyond that.
Well, we were talking about using Majida's contacts as well.
Yep.
Right.
So it's between the
Majida
two
was going
of you.
to, through your contacts, arrange some of the, some of her people to be their escort. So, like, they're gonna get message and notification that she needs your help.
I can have my contact deliver 2 messages, but I can't do more than that.
Exactly. That's all we're asking.
Cool. Perfect. That's fine. Now, can we answer the question of what I was asking? What exactly do you need me to write on the letter to Naharim's family?
Come with us if you want to leave.
I mean, basically, that's kind of the vibe.
I mean, I need to know how much I'm telling them. Do I just say, hey, we've got Naharim, come here if you don't want to die?
No.
You don't have Thieves' Cant, not being a rogue, so it's going to be difficult to send a secret coded message. So you will need to add a character, roleplay some sort of code that will allow Naharim's family to know that they are in danger and what they want to do. Your contact on the other end can help out with this, but in case the letter is intercepted, it will definitely be safer to come up with some sort of code that your contact would understand.
You probably need Naharim's help to figure out what his family would.
I'll tell you right now, you won't need his help. Your contact is the main one that you have to get to decode the message.
Yep. I'm all over that.
Okay.
I'm all over that.
So as long as you
I
can
just
come up
need
with a
to
cipher,
know.
yeah.
I just need to know what I need to say to them specifically. Because let's be honest, I'm not the best with words. I can come up with ideas, but I might not write them in the best way. So someone who's a bit more eloquent, if you'd be so kind as to help me out.
Looks over at Lloyd.
It has to be intelligent.
Not him.
By saying good with words and intelligent, you've excluded most of the party.
I know.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we're all fucked.
I
get it.
Hilariously enough, Sorario's the only one who fits that bill.
I think she might just be weird enough to come up with a good code.
The people who
It's
fit...
got to be something that's not going to be suspect.
Wait, no,
there are
I
3
can
people
come
who
up with
fit the
code.
bill.
I've
Valentin
got
as
the
well.
code.
Valentin's
I've
decent
got the
too.
code.
Valentin...
I just need to know what to say. I can handle the message. I can handle the code. Just tell me what I need to make.
Valentin, Sorario, and
Code
Lloyd
say.
are the 3 best people to come up with this.
So, again, main thing is that they need to somehow come over here, no questions asked, and just be ready to pack at a moment's notice. I think, and this is mostly me speaking out of my ass, but you could mention how their unknown donator of funds needs them on the other side of the desert immediately. That way they know that it's someone that left money for them somewhat time ago. And they would be the only ones that would know about that money being left for them.
What if instead of saying there's an unknown donator, we say we've got someone over here who's willing to help pay off their debt?
I mean, why are we don't really need to be indirect if it's coded, because we're coming up with the message that's going to be in the code. We can tell them that their lives are in immediate danger and that or in imminent danger, and that they need to come here, and that we're also helping them to erase their debt or to work off their debt, that we have a solution for them, but they also are in danger. Like, we need to press...
I agree, but I'm just thinking, if you send a letter to someone saying that they're in imminent danger and to do whatever you say, sometimes that can scare people more than if you're just like, hey, I've got something here you want, and they'll come scampering.
Tell them that Naharim would need them here right away.
Yeah, if we mention their son, I think that'll be more
That
important.
might be better. That might be better.
And if they don't, their life might be in danger. I still think that might be a very important detail to bring in, because otherwise they might just go, oh, we'll prepare and we'll come over there in like a week's time. But no, they need to come immediately. There's like, it's a life or death situation. I understand your idea that they might become panicked and they might become worried. But they need to understand the gravity of the situation.
And they also need to know that we've planned and arranged for a means for them to travel. It's not like they need to do everything themselves. We're facilitating a lot of this process. What they need to do is pack up and get ready to go.
So
not to throw their son under the bus, but could we also just be like, due to some of your son's actions, like, is put you and your family, you know, in a like not safe situation, and we want to help. And he's safe with us, but we want to bring you together, you know?
We could just say that their son's in danger and that they need to be here. Because...
everyone's in danger. Everyone's in danger!
There's no perfect solution.
There is no great solution, though. I think what we need to come across with the message is that they need to come immediately, and it's for the safety of both them and their son. And we can protect them, but only if they're here.
Alright. Sounds good. It works for me.
Right. Also, you came back here really quick, Deirdre. How did Naharim's bath go?
He said, "Leave me alone. It's not a phase," and then slammed the door.
He's still having it. You do check on him to make sure that he's not up to any funny business, and you hear him go, "What?" It sounds like he's just really enjoying that bath right now.
Yep, keep on enjoying yourselves. No rush. Plenty more where that came from.
Right.
Water, remember, is a commodity here, so a nice bath is a very, very fine luxury.
Mm-hmm.
As a note, the mercenaries did deliver plenty of water. The city is well stocked on it for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's
the
the plan, then?
I trust you to deliver the message as properly as possible.
What was the capital city again?
Thascalus.
Thascalus. Alright.
Right. Devon, was it? No, it was, which one is it this time? Robin.
It's Robin,
This accent unsettles me.
I couldn't
My
even...
accent unsettles you.
I couldn't even keep fucking Naharim and Faison apart. How do you think I'm going to keep the same person apart 3 times? 4 times? I don't know how many there are right now. There's a lot of them.
There's 4 total.
I
You're
can't
both
wait.
wrong. It's 3.
I can't wait to introduce
No, it's
Nazi.
Sandra and then the.
I can't
yeah, the
wait to
fish
introduce
too.
Nazi.
What, you're telling me how many personalities I have?
I don't know.
You know me better than I know myself. All right, you know. Go on, tell me the names, eh? If there's 4 of us.
Could, if
Yeah,
you gave me the opportunity.
I'm listening.
Wait until I introduce Faharem.
Father Rem is his father's name.
Faharem.
You know what? Never mind.
Maharem.
Nazem.
Miss Robin, Lady Robin, if it's possible, I would like an opportunity to speak to Zandra, perhaps in the morning, at any time that is a good time, really, if possible. But if not, then I guess we'll have to wait until she comes back out.
Yeah, she's in an alright mood. It's possible. Possible. I can't
Right.
guarantee it, but it's maybe the morning.
Right. Okay. Great. In the meantime, I suppose, while Naharim is getting himself cleaned up, and you're writing that letter, I guess it's getting closer to nighttime, isn't it?
It is.
I approach Serario.
Oh no.
Lady Serario,
Eesh.
I know that we haven't really spoken that much, but
You gave me pants.
yes, I hope you enjoy them.
I enjoy them quite a lot.
Good. I may have inside information for tonight that Lloyd's life could be in danger.
My lord!
I don't know if he belongs to you. I don't think we're in that part of
Oh,
the
I'm
era
sorry, I
where we
forgot.
should be owning people.
He belongs to you. I'm sorry. That's right. I watched your guys' interactions. My bad.
No. It's nothing of that sort. But perhaps you would like to come with me to make sure that he's safe for tonight.
Does he know that we're coming?
No.
It sounds fun. Let's follow Lloyd.
Boys'
Yes.
night?
No, it's Lloyd's night.
Lloyd's
All right,
Lloyd's night.
Lloyd. Are you actively keeping aware of your surroundings, like constantly checking behind you or anything like that?
I would be.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception. Valentin and Serario both roll stealth, unless, Serario, there's any sort of spell that you'd like to cast.
I'm so invested in this plot, like more so than I think anything else we've done as a party. This is, I love it. Mwah,
No.
chef's kiss.
Do you not have invisibility or anything?
I don't think I do.
I don't know her.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking through your spells real quick.
I like to think Serario is just emanating a very hostile aura.
Yeah, she's just leaning around the lamppost.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's
this-
basically Kronk attempting to like be stealthy.
Lloyd, you can...
She's making her own music.
With their combined roll, Lloyd, you don't spot them, but you're suspicious that you're being followed as you keep seeing some sort of green-haired flash every now and then. Oh wait, is your hair white or
That's
green,
so horrific.
Serario? I forget what your
Green.
character looks like. Green? Yeah, you keep seeing a green-haired Flash that just vanishes. As every time he looks back, Valentin Serario is just out in the open, and you constantly have to grab her by a shoulder and pull her into an alleyway or behind a post, or you just shove her into the dirt at one point and she drops to the ground. But Lloyd, you're pretty sure you're being followed. You just don't know by who.
Well, I will be on guard, but I will continue onwards.
You continue onwards outside of Nessus to the north part of the dunes.
Green flash and a bad smell.
Anything that
A
you...
waft of
Yeah.
flatulence.
Valentin and Serario, are you guys talking as you're following him or anything?
What do you mean you don't have any spells that make you invisible?
Oh no, like how do you turn invisible by shooting something out of your ass?
I don't know. Mist yourself? I don't understand magic. I don't have anything of that.
Right, let me just create some fog and then no one will see us with ass fog.
Oh yeah, fog in the desert. That's gonna be inconspicuous.
Exactly, that's the point.
What? No, that's not. Okay, you know what? Hang on, I gotta shove you down into the dirt again so that you're making too much noise.
What?
What?
Say it louder.
I said you're making too much noise.
What?
Lloyd, at that what? You turn to look behind you. Valentin, how do you get her out of the line of sight?
Is there sort of light?
No, you're in the middle of the desert, and, well, there is moonlight, so it's actually pretty easy to see in the dark right now. And also,
Yes,
you're in the middle of the
What
desert.
what I'm asking, is there like some sort of light that's reflecting a shadow?
I don't think shadows reflect. I'm confused.
Okay, well, okay.
Casting a shadow? Yeah, there's moonlight.
Casting you.
So, can I make a shadow? Can I make a shadow puppet to look like a duck? Because Zerario sounded like a duck when she went. What?
Lloyd, in a
So
dune
instead-
nearby, a duck appears. It's a shadow puppet, very clearly of some sort of duck.
I just want to know how you're casting a shadow of like a hand puppet duck in a way that I can only see the shadow. Because that's through skill.
It's very impressive. He has a very high dexterity. Looks exactly like a duck, too. It's nuts. It's got wings
Even
and a
making
beak and
duck
everything.
noises.
You make duck
You can see a
noises?
faint outline of feather. It's
You s-
crazy.
You start making duck noises, Lloyd?
No, it's making duck noises because
Wait.
isn't that what Sarah's doing?
Yeah, because Valentin's got like
Yes.
Sarah shoved down and she's struggling and she's kind of quacking, it sounds like. So, yeah, it sounds like there's a duck somewhere nearby, and clearly there's a shadow of a duck nearby as well.
Quack, 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 quack.
Because of
Ducks
all
are
the
native
ducks
to
in-
the desert. Would I have seen a duck?
Roll me a knowledge nature.
What else floats?
There's a cat in the desert, and you're not questioning that.
Cats are native desert animals, yes.
Here we go.
No. Thanskaran has no desert ducks. Not a single one.
What? Blasphemy!
There
It'd be
are
so much fun.
there are no ducks
This
in the
is
desert.
D&D. Anything
Water.
is possible, River. Don't be a slave to your own reality.
What a
I
rare
take it with that
setting.
I am aware of ducks' existence. I just know there's no ducks in the desert.
Yes.
Do you know that there are no ducks in the desert?
Yes, he rolled a
Did you roll a
23 on
knowledge
nature.
nature?
He did, and he
Okay,
rolled a
yeah,
23
yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
Maybe you're hallucinating. I don't know.
So
You hear a
I
quiet.
can't-
if you're looking at
You hear
Lloyd,
a quiet
just-
before their cover gets blown. You hear a quiet. I didn't think you'd come.
Oh god.
There's a.
I hold Terrario back.
She's wearing a very long robe covering all of her body. She looks at you with the moonlight, walks towards you. You really did come. I saw you on the battlefield. You saved me and the others. And I just knew at that moment we were meant to be together forever. And she drops the robe, revealing lingerie. Serario.
Oh my god. What?
Thank you for the follow, Trevor.
Nice.
Valenti covers his one eye. I shouldn't be seeing this.
And Lloyd, Serario, with him covering his eye, he's only got one hand on you.
I'm gonna kick him and still quack. Quack, quack.
There's still some struggling going on between Valentin and Serario. And Lloyd, she's still approaching you.
Wait, can you please describe her again, because it's been a while?
Oh
This is my
God,
first time seeing
how
her as
fucking
well.
hot this woman is.
Yeah. Like how big her
God
tits
damn
yet?
I'm gonna need a free measurements from her real quick.
She is incredibly attractive, with hair as red as the flames of the desert themselves. She has pointed ears, revealing at least some elven heritage, if she's not entirely elf, and has the body to match. Very petite, but...
Do you have a little elf in you?
But very,
like one?
very petite, but with at least a wide kind of pear shape to her.
Birthing hips.
Yeah, she got that booty. She also has the spattering of freckles on her pale face.
Damn, dude, pulling out all the stops. I love freckles.
Yeah, and bright blue eyes. And as you're taking in her appearance, she falls into your arms.
I go, Serario, what's happening? I can't look on to this. My innocent eyes.
Wants to mate with your man.
What? Whose? Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. What's going on?
Saw you give him a love letter. That's your man. Well, he's my man, but we can share.
Wait. We have very mixed signals going on. Either way, I feel like there's a lot of miscommunications from a lot of different sides.
Lloyd,
What's going on?
won't you hold me? She says.
My apologies. There seems to be a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? What could be a misunderstanding about this? And she puts her hand on your chest and is slowly moving it down.
I am gonna grab her hand with one hand.
As you grab her, you hear a voice roar across the desert. Nesma! Where are you? And she immediately like pushes into you further. Is like, oh no, Daddy! And if Zandra was here, she would recognize that voice. It's the voice of the blacksmith.
The blacksmith!
Oh my
Oh, you're so fucked.
Valentin and Serario, you spot him before he's in line of sight to see Nesma and Lloyd, as Anon Chom is currently walking up the dunes, and he's holding his forging hammer with a very, very sour expression on his face. He is a very muscular man,
We can't
about
disappoint the locals.
6'5", and just chiseled like cord arms. He was another one of those that you had rescued and managed to bargain for successfely.
Honestly, the only
think
way
he
you
has a
could get out of this
perspective
is if you had Dee Dee there to like go after the daddy and distract him.
I know. I literally, yeah.
Nesma! Nesma! And she clings to you, Lloyd, and she says, we have to hide if he finds me with you.
Just go separate ways.
Man, I was trying to do this without anyone getting killed, but
Valentin and Serario, he's about to walk into line of sight of you two. What are you guys gonna do?
I look at Valentin and I'm like, he's got a giant hammer. Should we just run at him quacking and pretend to be desert ducks?
Wait, what? He's got a... Why are you looking at it?
Because he's not
it's a
gonna be
diff-
mad about us being desert ducks.
Oh, I thought you meant a different type of hammer.
What?
You know what? Never mind.
We know where your mind's at.
I thought you were looking at someone's private equipment.
When one socket wrench and another socket wrench really love each other.
Lloyd, she says, you know what? No, I'm tired of hiding in Daddy's shadow. I'm gonna tell him that we're in love and going to elope. And she turns Lloyd away from you. You could clamp a hand over her mouth if you wanted. She's sucking at a breath as if she's about to call out to her dad.
This is a
I am going to do that.
You
And
clamp
as
a
I
hand
do,
over her mouth, and she makes a very strange... Undyne, I will let you make the noise.
What?
That's the sound she makes.
And as I do that, I will hold up my other hand, like in front of her face, clearly showing off my wedding ring.
She very much gets direct eye contact with it, and then you get the general vibe that she doesn't give a shit with the way she's grinding her hips right now.
Oh my god!
Valentin and
Damn.
Terrario, what are you two doing?
Yeah.
I am so glad
Somebody
that I am so glad that I'm covering my one eye so that I can't witness this debauchery.
Are you two staying hidden, Valentin and Serario?
Valentin, I'm proposing a plan. I don't like.
She's
Lloyd.
gonna propose.
I don't like this lady getting in between you, me, and Lloyd in our little trio thing. So how about you go break them up, and I'm gonna go distract the dad. I'm just gonna put on a confusing performance, because I'll roll for a performance, and we'll see if it works in distraction. And you guys just run away. Oh yeah, but can you throw her off her dune on the way?
It's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
What? I caught about 20% of what you just said.
Serario, are you already running towards the father?
Yes.
I left Valentin.
Valentin,
Where'd you go? Wait, I still have my eye covered. I can't look. There's boobies over there.
It's like Daffy Duck telling you something and then running off before you can understand him.
Alright, Valentin, what are you doing? Are you just gonna stay in hiding, or which way are you going?
One second.
He coughs.
Okay, I guess I'll uncover my eyes, at this time, when a bunch of people are making a lot of noise. It is a nobleman's duty, nay, a friend's, to make sure that his friends are safe and in good shape. And so I look over at this angry man, and I look over at the lady. Well, Netha was her name, right?
Yeah.
And
I think it was.
remember
Let me double check. Nesma, yeah, Nesma.
I remember specifically when, whichever one it was, I think it was Robin, or it was Sandra, or it was Devin, one of them, when one of them came back after I had asked them to give my order to a blacksmith, that his daughter Nesma was going to come back around with the order later on. And so I hear him calling out for Nesma, and my instinct
1-1.
is to wait. What do I have in my inventory?
The stalling is so...
I'm gonna run what Serari is doing
No,
with the dad while you're deciding.
Oh, right. Yeah, you go ahead and let Serario cook.
Serario, you sprint directly at this chiseled, middle-aged man coming in through the desert, about to stumble upon his daughter and Lloyd. And what are you doing as you're running at him? Lloyd, as a note, from your vantage point, you can see Serario just suddenly get up as if she had just appeared in the desert and is currently running towards the father. Valentin, do you stand up at this point as well too, so why you and Lloyd can like lock eyes during this?
We've witnessed your shame. We know what you did.
Well, so what I'm doing is that I'm still, covering my face, but I'm spreading my fingers around so that I can actually see.
One eye.
Sure, yeah, Valentin stands up from the dudes too, and Lloyd, you can see him covering his face with his fingers splayed as you two lock eyes, and all of a sudden, it's like your party members are just appearing out of nowhere in these dunes. But then, you already had a sneaking suspicion they were around, because honestly, who the fuck would try to trick that there was a duck in the desert?
Yes.
So, Valentin, I'm going to come back to you. Serario, what are you doing with the father first?
I decided to get up and just kind of dash at him as the fastest speed I can, but you kind of know when a cat gets the zoomies, so we're zooming towards him, but I'm trying to be not menacing, where I'm like, sir, good sir, please, over here.
What
and
the
like,
fuck? He says, rearing back with the hammer, and
I need somebody to look at my dance. Can you watch me dance? Tell me if it's good.
let me see if he spikes you down into the desert or not with his hammer. What's your AC?
Oh, God.
Let's see. It's a 13? It's a 13? I'm not going to deal any damage to you, Serario. But as you get up to him, he clobbers you with the hammer in the side of the head. But it's angled less to be trying to break your skull or anything. And it more just kind of spikes you to the ground. So you run at him screaming, sir, I need you to see my dance. And then like a volleyball getting spiked, you're just horizontal in the desert. Getting across it. And he goes, what the fuck? Nesma, oh god, he says, mistaking who you are, thinking he just beamed his daughter. And he's getting down on his knees to check. And you look up at him, and his facial expression goes from one of concern to extreme confusion as he says, you're not my daughter.
I can be your
You're not my dad.
Let Serario deliver her one-liner.
I can be your baby girl.
Let's see. Let Serario take the joke in this situation, guys.
Sorry. I'm
Serario,
sorry.
again, he looks down at you after he's just clobbered you into the desert, and he says, "You're not my daughter."
Well, you're not my daddy.
What? He says, cut to Valentin. Valentin, what are you doing?
Still with one hand over my face, from my belt, I unclasp my flask that I filled with whiskey in the very first session.
I remember.
Sir! I didn't find any fine wine, but I did find some fine whiskey. Would you like to share it with me? Remember, for the payment of my gear?
He looks up at you. He goes, what? Who the hell is she? Who the hell are you? Being that he's never seen you before either. Lloyd?
I paid you good money, sir.
What? Lloyd, what are you doing? You currently have, Nesma, well in hand. She's not resisting. In fact, if anything, she's being a little too cooperative.
Oh, God.
As you can see, she's trying to move your hand on her mouth, underneath her chin, and trying to get into, you having your forearm traced over her, her neck. She's...
Damn.
I feel like River is playing out a couple of his own fantasies right now.
I'm really not.
Sorry.
I'm really not. This was a B-side I never thought to happen, but everything's played out so perfectly, so here it is. Here's your humor. It's been a bit. You've been through the ringer lately. Here's comedy. Lloyd, what are you doing?
Silent.
Undyne.
Look,
I'm
sure you're.
on. Undyne. It's been a bit since you got to do anything. I want you to play this girl now. I feel like you've got a pretty good vibe for who she is.
No.
Go ahead, Rye.
This is making me do this while Undyne moans.
What? It's
I
not-
think you got your hand on her.
I'm sorry, Rye. Would you prefer Valtria? Valtria, go ahead.
Damn it.
Maybe you prefer Sly.
Sly, go ahead. I'll give an
I
inspiration,
can just picture
Sly.
his face.
I'll give an inspiration. Sly? I think he's AFK, so back to either Undyne or Valtria. You two can tag team.
Okay.
Alright, Lloyd, what are you up to? I feel like I've given you enough time to think here, haven't I?
I'm trying to think, but I'm also
He was
myself laughing.
he was a bit busy. Let us just say that.
Oh, and with the meowing, you note Rust Bucket is here in the desert too, wrapped around your ankles.
Oh my god, Rust Bucket is a company being watching this.
Rust Bucket's jealous. That's what's up.
Too much pussy.
Look, I'm sure you're a nice lady, but as you can see, my heart belongs to another. I suggest you go after someone else as I cast suggestion.
Right. I'm going to say to make this suggestion take hold, you have to give a name. Who are you passing her off on to?
For 8 hours.
Actually, it lasts longer, I believe. Let me double check the wording.
May I suggest? It is concentration up to 8 hours.
Let me double check something because I think that it can take over a longer period as well. Let me just check.
Okay.
It's not that high level of a spell. It's a course of action that you
It's a
just-
second level
Yep,
spell that
yep.
allows you to alter reality.
Yeah,
so-
correct.
um,
It is only going to last 8 hours. But who knows? In that 8 hours, maybe she'll find true love with whoever you suggest. So who are you passing Nesma off on?
May I suggest my good friend Valentin over there?
Valentin! All of a sudden, all of a sudden,
While he's talking to the
wow, Lloyd. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen such a betrayal in the history of my D&D game.
That's ice cold.
I think this might be
fucked.
the most ice cold thing I've ever seen a player do. All right, Valentin, you suddenly feel a chill run down your spine. And she does get a save against this. And what's your save DC?
Where is that?
She got a 19 on the dice.
Where's save DC? I'm looking everywhere.
I'll tell you right now,
I don't
it's
think
gotta be
it's
higher
above
than a
19.
20.
I don't think
Well,
it's
it's not.
Alright, Undyne,
You're the only one for me, Lloydie. I don't want anybody else.
perfect, exactly what I needed.
Please.
Christ!
Thank you, Undyne, exactly what I needed.
You're welcome.
This is the one time I'm letting you off the leash to do that.
I mean, you can't stop her
Did it-
on the 6th.
Didn't work, Lloyd. We'll come back to you. Meanwhile, Valentin, Serario, and Anon, he's looking at you like, "What? Where's my daughter? What have you done with her?"
Well, see, you said that you were going to send my contraption over by the night, but I didn't get one. So I figured, maybe I should go and, as a gesture of good faith, show up early on to, share the alcohol and a couple of good stories. And honestly, sir, I have no idea.
What are you doing out here in the desert? My
Please
shop
don't
isn't
hurt me.
my shop isn't anywhere near here. And Serario, he's helping you get to your feet, as he kind of just picks you up like a naughty kitten because he's quite strong and just plunks you back
By
down
the
on your
back
feet.
of the neck.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck? Damn. Okay.
So what are you doing out here then? My shop's... You passed my shop and we're in the middle of the desert.
He's
Well,
already started drinking.
I saw you leave your shop, sir, and I thought maybe I should follow and offer you a drink
How
once
the-
you've settled down.
Roll me a deception at disadvantage.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is so awful.
This is amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh
How the hell,
At
if you
its
were
finest.
following me, did you get ahead of me?
I'd like to ask
What?
you, why you got a hammer and why you hitting young ladies?
I'm not. This is for that son of a bitch that's trying to steal my daughter.
Okay, but you just hit me and you called me your daughter, so you hit your daughter.
You startled me. You came sprinting at me in the desert. It's dangerous out here. We just got
We
kidnapped. What?
Sir, this might be very off topic, considering I was just talking about my gear and everything. But isn't your daughter of legal age?
Yes?
Mario looks
dear.
at me like she is not.
So surely she is adult enough to make her own decisions.
It was
And have her
you,
own
wasn't
freedoms.
it? And he starts striding towards you. No one's taken my little girl away, especially not some dust-clogged adventurer. Look at you! And he points at the fact that I believe you're still wearing your same blood-soaked coat.
Yeah.
And he's
I-
approaching on you now, Valentin.
I take my hand that I've been half covering my face, and instead I remove my eye patch to show my full face to the man. And I look over in the direction where Lloyd was. What do I see?
Lloyd, what's going on over there? Thank you, Undyne.
You're welcome. You can't fight destiny, Lloyd. It's no use.
I want to say something really dark right now, but
Okay, go
would
ahead.
not
Say
be in
it.
character at all.
Oh,
What?
okay.
What? It's definite. What? Lloyd and being dark is definitely in character.
It's making Lloyd glad that his daughter's didn't reach their teenage years.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? That isn't just dark. That is messed up, dude.
I missed what he had said.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Be glad you get in here.
Okay, well,
Look, Zaddy's daddy's got a he's got to cook, you know.
come on, Lloydie.
Wherever I'm seeing that Lloyd is struggling, and I think back to the night that we spent together, that where he completely ignored me, and I think, what would a good friend do in this situation? And as I take off my eye patch to look the father in the eye, I turn to him and I say, "No, you are right. The first time I laid eyes on your daughter, sir, I instantly fell in love. She came with baked goods to thank us for saving you and her lives. And I was hoping to perhaps deepen our relationships together, and in doing so, I foolishly even asked for a piece of gear, very, very expensively so as well, in order to aid the person that I had fallen for, and here I am. I love your daughter, sir.
He stands in front of you, clutches the hammer, and then he cries. You see tears running down his face, and he says, "Don't take my little girl away from me. She's all I have. You're not good enough for her." The big man just cries.
Hurtful, but okay.
She deserves better than an adventurer like you. I used to be like you, and it killed my wife.
Oh no.
Died of a broken heart while I was away. I won't let my daughter go through that. You, for her own good, you forget you ever knew her.
Sir, you are correct. She is too good for me. And you are a very good father for acknowledging it. Please, use the money that I paid you earlier and find a better life for her.
No.
Make sure that you make her happy.
She'll be fine. No. Just, look, if you never see her again, I'll make you a new coat for free. And that stupid thing that you wanted.
Again, hurtful, but okay.
Well, look at you. You look awful.
Yeah, but my thing is not stupid. It is groundbreaking technology, okay?
Serario, what are you doing? And then he turns to Serario and he looks at the two of you and he says, "Hey, wait a minute. Are you married? You were chasing after my daughter while you were married?"
She's my sister.
Roll me a deception.
Why is your sister involved in this?
I mean, she seems pretty off the.
He fails his
the
check.
Oh my god.
And he looks at her he looks at Serario for a moment. He says, "You stay away from her too." And Lloyd, what are you doing during this? Lloyd and Undyne carry on as the father seems fairly distracted.
I imagine this is loud enough to, like...
Yeah, you can hear it.
That we can hear this?
Yeah,
okay.
you can hear it.
Oh my god.
Aw, poor daddy. Soon he'll have to get used to the idea of his little girl being all grown up.
I hate this.
What are you talking about? I'm having a great time.
This is amazing. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Oh, Undyne, I'm gonna DM you something too, really quickly.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm giving away my pride and my life for you here, Lloyd. Do not waste it.
I was put in the ground like a peg.
Oh god. Lloydie, you and I could be something so special.
Lloydie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my direction isn't going to help you, Lloyd. You better come up with a way to get out of this situation soon, because Undyne's about to take the direction I just sent her and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, miss, once again, I just came to thank you for the bread. I have no interest of you in this way. I've got a wife and daughter.
I can think of a better way that you
Daughters.
can thank me.
Oh God.
And I'm sure that your wife and daughter won't mind a little time away. Who says they have to know anything about it?
Oh
Come
God.
on, Lloydie.
Oh God.
You broke him.
She
He's
is
broken.
leaving very little options here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lloyd, I want you now.
Oh God.
Roll me in athletics, Lloyd, as she's going to try to shove you down.
Oh God.
Oh god.
Or just go ahead and take charge of the situation.
I mean, he can also just let it happen.
Yeah, you could just let it happen.
This is why I don't build wizards with only offensive spells.
I can't.
Yeah, I know.
I feel so good, Lloydie.
This is why
So-
All of my solutions to this problem are lethal.
when all you've got is a hammer, every problem is a nail.
You can try to hit her with another suggestion if you've got the spell
You
slots.
could also just, not attack her and leave. You don't.
Yeah,
you don't
Jesus
have
fucking
to
Christ.
stay there.
I get that my
You
acting is convincing, but that doesn't mean you have to kill me.
You could. It's like his
Fun
only
fact, I
response
was
to
like,
being hit on is either assaulting the woman or just talking her out of it. There's no running away.
Walking away
Lloyd.
seems rude.
Oh, but also letting her rape you isn't rude either.
Whoa!
We wouldn't go that
That's what
far.
it is.
We wouldn't go that far.
No.
I have solutions to that.
We
there will
wouldn't
be
go that
lethal
far.
force to-
We wouldn't go that
They
far.
would be lethal.
I'm not saying you'd go that far, but I'm just saying someone pushing themselves on you in a sexual manner when you've given no consent is that.
Technically, he also, well,
Oh,
He
no.
said no
true,
multiple
he did.
times.
He did.
There is no argument there. What she's doing is sexual harassment leading onto something else.
God, Lloyd, do
Uh,
something! Stop fumbling around and just do
Yeah,
something!
I don't want to keep.
I will attempt the cast suggestion one more time.
Oh my God, why is everything why is everything just magic?
And
Just
this-
go.
What's the DC?
I
It is
can't
like a-
believe that you're not just
Look-
leaving.
I mean,
Leaving was
like,
always an option.
I don't want to get this. I'm gonna say I don't know.
feel-
I don't know if this is like too real, but honestly, that probably is semi-realistic. People just
Hey,
freezing up
hey,
in situations like this.
Pixel.
Yeah.
Pixel, enough. Shush. Yes, shush.
But
What's
I'll
the
cast
DC?
suggestion and say, look, just go home.
What's the DC?
And I still don't know how to see what my spell save DC is in roll 20.
8 plus proficiency modifier plus spell modifier.
Roll 20?
Oh, fantasy
Fantasy
grounds.
grounds.
Otherwise,
8 plus
That's
plus
not the tool,
proficiency. 8 plus proficiency. With
8 plus proficiency.
plus spell modifier. In your case, intelligence. Pixel, enough.
So it's 18. So she's literally passed by 1 last time.
Yeah, she fails it, lets you go, turns on her heel, and walks away. Just into
And
the
it
desert.
does that. Does
Leaving
she
her.
pick up her robe first?
That wasn't part of the suggestion. You told her to go home.
Oh.
And as Valentin and Serraria are speaking with Anon, over the dunes comes his half-naked daughter. He hasn't noticed yet. Neither has Valentin. Serario, you're the first to notice, and she's walking.
As this is going on,
Yeah,
Lloyd just walks away, starts heading home in the opposite direction, the long way.
Serario, here she comes over the desert. You're the first to notice her. Valentin and the father do not.
I give everything for this man, and how does he repay me?
Yeah, she's gonna walk right into you guys, Serario, if you don't do something.
What, am I like kind of behind the dad?
Yep, you're behind him, and he's got his back to you.
I smack him on the back and I ask him, just for funsies, can I smack you once with your hammer so that way this faces me in anger?
What?
Yeah, he turns to you. He turns to you, and he goes, "What? No!
This is fair!
No!" And then Valentin, you hear footsteps behind you. You glance over your shoulder, and you see what Serario's distracting him from right now. What do you do?
Oh.
Lloyd went, "Now it's not my problem."
I mean, Valentin already made it his problem.
Okay. I'm taking off my coat, and I'm going to stride up alongside her, and I'm going to expend a superiority die to use bait and switch, so I swap places with her, and as I do, I give her my old coat. And
So you're gonna just kind of shunt her past the dad, and with a coat on, so he doesn't notice as she keeps going towards her house.
yes.
All right.
That's amazing.
Roll me. I guess with your superiority, you can just do it. Roll me a sleight of hand just to get the coat on in fast order. You have advantage from Serario.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Advantage.
With the bait and switch, it works. And Serario, you kind of position yourself to keep the back behind, and just like so this way the father never notices as this Nesma, or was it? Yeah, Nesma heads back to her house. The father tears up a little bit more. Valentin agrees to do your stuff for free, and that's probably the best ending of that scene to everybody, as eventually you all regroup back at the end. Valentin with a new armored coat, as well as your component that you wanted, and a very
Right.
confused family left at the blacksmith shop.
Oh. Well, that was an exciting night. I hope everyone else had a good time while we were gone. I'm gonna attempt to take an early night and rest. And in the morning, I'm going to need to install my new contraption.
All right.
I was half sure that you were going to say in the morning I'm going to kick Valentin's ass. I'm going to kick Lloyd's ass.
No, because boys' night means that you support each other, and
Oh my god!
that is what I did. I supported my boy.
This friendship is more one-sided than Faison and Narim.
Yes,
Hey, I haven't tried killing him yet.
I like the yet.
I appreciate this, this bar that you needed to pass. At least I haven't killed him yet.
Try.
I'm going to just collapse onto the bed.
Okay. Serario, are you doing anything else in the evening?
What?
Serario,
Hmm.
are you doing anything else this evening?
No, Soraria's gonna go back to the bed, but as she passes Valentin, she's like, "Good night, bro."
Thank you for saving me, even though I got myself into that situation to begin with. Now I have a long night of brainstorming before I pass out.
Time. We need more brother-sister adventures. As she runs away.
Yep.
You wonder if she, in fact, may think that she is now your sister. And Lloyd, anything for you for the evening?
Once Lloyd gets back to the inn, he will just go to his room and he will take out that piece of paper he's always looking at, as well as a small pocket knife he carries with him, and look at them for a bit before heading to bed.
What about Sir Buckethead?
Up to anything, Sly?
Nope.
Okay. Morning comes.
Well,
Oh.
do I get to do anything?
Yeah, sure. If you guys want. Sorry, I was just letting the people in that scene get wrapped up. Anything else from anyone in the party?
Yeah. Robin's gonna go ahead and make the cipher, and I want to know if you needed me to like make any kind of check to do it, or if I could just.
If you've got a cipher that you can just do it.
Yeah, it's because it's. I mean, I know how to do one, but I just found a website that does it much easier. It's just like a random sequence generator. It just like picks a different like number for each letter and then just reassigns it. So this is the message. Do you want me to just put it in chat?
Yeah, please.
That's what it'll look like in as it's encrypted. And then this is what it would look like unencrypted.
What's the code? Can you explain it to me?
Yeah. So like I said, so if this is something like that, I would know how to like this. I'm assuming this is something that me and my contact, I know my contact, and something that we'd probably have set up previously. It's like basically every letter and punctuation is corresponding to a different letter and punctuation in the same alphabet. It's just all jumbled. So like it's just a direct. So like Y is an F, and O is an S, and all throughout the entire code, right? So like you just have to know what letters correspond to what letter.
Yeah, I can
and then
see
you
that
just rearrange it.
I can see you keep it consistent throughout most of the time, but I see that there is a needs your help that looks like you used a D there instead of an F.
I didn't do this. It's a website.
Oh, the website
It does it all for you.
That's interesting. The website then made a mistake. I guess it changes
doesn't-
based on
it
oh,
works.
if it's capitals, because you see the FSKO is the same, but then there's times when it's like slightly different.
Yeah.
Pixel, please relax.
So capitals take different
letters
than
then.
otherwise. Yep.
Yes. All right. So, morning comes, unless anyone else wants to do anything.
How did the bathing session go for Aditi and Naharim?
Oh, I had nothing to do with that boy's bath.
Yeah, Naharim comes out eventually clean, comfortable, and in a new set of clothing. Not as fine as the clothing he was wearing along the journey, but that clothing was dirty, destroyed, and, well, it was kind of like your jacket. So, anything else? Morning comes! And with that, I think we'll take a small 10-minute break and be back in a little bit.
Hey.
Sounds good.
Okay? Alright, back in a bit, chat. Hello, everybody. We are back. Now you can see we've got the tabletop out in front of you. That's because it's time to go on an adventure, lads. You all wake up early in the morning, tending to your early morning routines, whatever those may be. The sun is high in the desert, and Nessus is bustling. Are you doing any shopping before you go?
I would go
I don't
stock
know.
up on some
Yes,
more rations.
Well, I would definitely need to buy some things. She says, looking down at her shirt that's still torn open and barely holding onto her.
I don't know. I think I think it looks fine.
With my tits half hanging out. Yeah.
Ah!
You like what you
Dee
see?
Dee runs away. No, we're not doing this. I would like to make the brat hole, both of the brat holes pray with me in the morning, and do my push-ups, my prayer push-ups, as a unit, as a family.
Which is the second brat hole?
The prince.
Oh, you mean
Princeling.
Phazon?
Yeah.
Majida lets you know that she's got him this morning for his physical training. Oh, no, you were giving him religious training, weren't you? No?
I mean, yeah, we're praying, and might we pray through push-ups?
Are you planning on giving him, like, a religious education?
No. This is just meant to. I don't know. I consider this more to be the equivalent of sending your kid to boarding school.
Majida's got him for the
as
morning
far
for
as
spear
how I'm treating
practice, then.
Yeah, she'll handle him.
Yep,
I'll
but
take the other brat hole.
Naharim's like, I don't want to do that.
Too bad.
No, I'm not doing it.
Hang on. Let me look at my spells.
Lloyd walks by, suggestion, do it. He starts doing his push-ups. Do you want to do that,
Yeah,
Lloyd? I'll
actually,
just let
that
him
would be amazing.
I'll let him auto-fail it, if you will. Just walking by, drinking your coffee, or, like, do push-ups.
Lloyd, please. Please!
You burn a spell slot, but it'll be worth it.
Fine.
Lloyd, while walking by, just leans in, do it, casting suggestion, and immediately Naharim drops to the floor. And with no actual limit on this, for the next 8 hours, or until Lloyd gets bored and stops concentrating, Naharim is doing push-ups.
Oh my god.
Jesus, 8 hours of push.
He'll stop
arms
once
are
his
gonna break.
Yeah, he'll
Until you
he'll
stop
stop.
concentrating.
It's also if he
You can
can't
dismiss it.
and if he can't do them anymore because it would be harmful to him, he would stop doing it. That's how the spell works. But for now, it's not harmful, so he's gonna do them until he collapses. All right, everyone does their morning routine. I heard some people wanted to buy some rations. How many are you buying?
How many rations does the party have? Where's the party inventory?
It's a 2-day trip there and a 2-day trip back.
Let's have a look. I know the alphabet. Did we minus the rations for last time? Because it still says we had 38.
I have to... So, 1 second. Once I hit the refresh button, that number will change. It has to repopulate everyone's inventory. It should have changed
okay.
now.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, mine were adjusted.
And if not, then that's how many extra rations you have currently. 32, it says.
32, okay.
Valentin
Never mind,
has
we
one.
have more than enough.
Yeah, the only
rations, yeah.
people without enough rations to get there and back are Valentin and Buckethead.
Yeah, but we can share to make up for that, so...
So no one needs to buy rations then, or is anyone doing so?
No, I need to buy rations. I'll buy some.
I have a super quick question.
Yes.
The party sheet doesn't count in, like, the party members that we no longer have, right?
It does not, no.
Okay.
As such, the rations that you are going to want to buy, the town is willing to give you a discount on for saving them and bringing everything here of 2 silver per ration, meaning instead of the normal 5, it is 3 silver per ration for you. A very generous discount.
So we all get that?
Yeah, everyone in the party
Okay.
gets them for 3 silver rather than 5 now.
And then I realized I'm still carrying all the weapons that I've been collecting through our travels. I need to sell those. Or no, we decided we were gonna we decided we were gonna give them to the local militia, right? That we were gonna try and set up, or like
yeah, you're gonna
Majida?
give them to Majida to outfit the townsfolk that are going to be trained as your constabulary.
Can I go ahead and take those out of my inventory and we can add them to like a list for that?
Yeah, if you want, you can just delete them and then write in the notes how much you've donated to the town.
Should I make a notes for that?
Yes, please.
It's a tax write-off.
So our Twitch subs, eh? So make sure you sub to me.
Fun fact, as a streamer, you can also claim your rent as a tax write-off.
Yeah, and you know I
from
do.
home.
You know I do. Stretch, thank you, Ducket. Ugh. Oh, God. Ugh. Alright. Oh my god, that was the hugest crack in my life. Oh my god, my neck, that felt so good. So, anybody doing any sort of purchasing or anything else?
I need to buy an outfit. Is that something that I can just purchase? How much would a robes cost?
The local tailor is more than willing to fix your gear for free.
Perfect. Okay, then I don't need to buy anything. My clothes are fixed.
Yep.
Do we have rope?
I have some. I got 10 feet.
10 feet? Did you use your
Or
Short.
20 feet. Sorry, 20 feet. Sorry, that was the weight. The weight is 10. Is 10 pounds. It's 20 feet.
one unit of hempen rope, unless you
Isn't it
have
50 feet?
already cut it, is 50 feet.
Oh!
Yeah, it should be 50.
And Valentin, Didi, Serario, and Zandra all have a coil of hempen rope.
Okay.
And Valentin has a saxophone.
I'm just trying to think about what we have
Where the hell did
missed
you get a saxophone?
previously that we wish
Huh?
we had.
It's that's a long story, which I was going to, bring up in character at some point. But sure, you could just talk about it.
Sorry.
openly.
No,
save
never
it.
mind. Bring it up in character. I was just curious. Carry on.
I mean, no, what's the point now? You've already, yelled it out to
No,
everyone.
save it. We'll forget.
Everyone can see
Quick
it on the
open.
party
Next.
inventory.
Yeah, but people don't look at it.
Regardless, anyone doing any more purchases?
I'm trying to think of what material we have needed in the past that we have not had. And nothing is immediately ringing a bell for me. As far as like basic survival gear.
I also have a grappling hook if we need that, and a crowbar if we need to pry things open.
Do you have any like plain glass vials or something? Like
Don't
anything
think
to
so.
store something in? Something small. Or like a liquid or something. I said something so many times! No smart words, only dumb ones. Today I am one dumb.
Oh, I need to buy a new quarterstaff. That's right, because mine got broken.
Sure, you get a 25% discount, whatever the in-book price is. Again, as the townsfolk are very, very grateful to you all.
25% off 2 silver.
Yep. You just pay the 2 silver too if you want. They'll definitely
Yeah,
appreciate
My
it.
copper.
I'll pay the 2 silver.
Anyone else? Anyone got anything?
No, I'm all good.
Okay.
Oh, actually, how much are healing potions?
Town doesn't have any.
Damn.
You could always order them from Thascalis. Majida and Dust... Actually, that would be Dustwalker's purview. Dustwalker says that if you wanted to order anything from Thascalis, just give him the money for it, and he will order items that you wouldn't be able to get here. He also plans to, as a thank you, him and Captain Majida have talked about it, and they are willing to requisition 3 magic items for your party from Ravana's spears as a thank you for saving the majority of them.
Aw, that's awesome.
Damn.
He says that he thinks he can requisition a weapon, an armor, and then an accessory or other, miscellaneous item. However, here's the thing.
Sorry.
One of them will be a rare variety, the other 2 will be uncommon, and you can decide as a party which one you want the rare. A weapon, an armor, or a miscellaneous to be the rare.
I also had a question. You remember that pearl that we just gave away to our party member who then never came to any more sessions?
Sadly, it's gone.
Damn it!
Their character has it. If they come
I
back...
blame Valentin.
If they come back, they've got it. But regardless, these are 3 magic items that the party will be able to get free of charge, thanks to you guys, again, doing an excellent job with Ravana's spears.
We'll have
So-
to talk about that.
Yeah,
I'd love to have a special something.
you can. You don't need to talk about that.
I can be that special something.
You don't need to talk about that in character right now. You can talk about that at a character in the chat when we finish tonight.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So, same for anything that you want to order from Thascalis through Dustwalker. Just type it in the chat, and he'll let you know if he can get it or not. He lets you know he's not doing specific requests for the magic items either, so it will be a random table based on what you pick and what rarity. Okay? Okay. You all gather up outside of Theskin's Dune in Nessus. This is going to be where you'll be heading to the north of Nessus in order to find the refugees. As always, on the party sheet, I'd like to give you a moment to arrange your marching and watch order.
I mean, we're not really trying to be stealthy. We're just kind of
Yep.
making our way through. So
Yep.
I could take up... I have the highest survival. I think it would make sense for me to be near the front, and then maybe Bucket as well. Either taking up the rear or also by the front of the party.
I have +3 survival as well.
Mine is +6, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine is
no, it's-
-1.
I'm not.
I know. I'm thinking about you for
It doesn't. It just doesn't hurt to have people.
fighting.
Doesn't hurt to have more than one person with good survival up front.
We need to remove Clang. Oh no, mine Sororius there. What the fuck are we? No, it's just Clang that's not supposed to be there, that's why.
Who
Oh
has
yeah,
the
Clang
highest
Clang is.
perception?
Sorry, you're right. The
I
highest
feel like-
passive perception in your party belongs to Valentin
Really?
at a 14. Yeah. The second highest is
So-
Didi and Zombie.
Oh right,
So, me and Valentin at the front. Didi... Oh no, me and Valentin. Me and Valentin at the front, Zandra and Bucket at the back, so that we have another person who can, like, adequately figure out what's going on if something comes from behind us.
So you're
Both
traveling.
survival-wise and...
You're traveling to the
attacking.
north, and the target should be the center of your party.
So Buckethead should come back here with me. So Edie, you should go up towards the top.
Go ahead and move
Yeah.
your tokens around on that,
Valentin.
guys.
So, what I personally think is, so Buckethead should be closer up to the front, because if he needs to charge at the enemy, he actually needs to be close by. So he should be closer to the front. I am off to the side because I'm a ranged combatant, can swap between both sides if needed to, which is why I put myself, off to the side here. And
Well, we
then-
would say
This is also
that.
just
I would say
traveling,
that in
marching
the
order.
desert, it's best to travel in a straight line. We can cover our tracks more that way. That way, if anybody does follow us, they won't know how many we have.
True.
Perhaps it's best not to spread out.
I'll go in the front then.
Oh, also, sorry. I'm supposed to be Zonda right now, not Robin. Didn't somebody want to speak to me this morning?
Yes, but I slept in because I haven't slept for a long time properly, so sorry.
She kind of gives you like an unapproving look. I see. See, my presence is very important to you.
I had a long night.
Congrats.
Me too.
Yeah.
Either way, you guys can put yourself wherever you want on the formation.
Dee Dee, I think you need to move yourself up.
Yep. Hang on.
Okay, so that's the final result.
I mean,
We tried to find the sheet.
so it's up at the top right, the
it.
picture with 3.
And then
Yeah.
Sororio, are you going to be there? Or are you going to get in a single file line with the rest of us? Cool.
I think Buckethead and Sororio should swap places, personally.
That's one spot. I think it's not a big deal.
There we go. I think this is fine.
Just a straight line. All right.
Yeah.
That works.
Traveling through the desert, no? You do want to
Yeah, no, it
leave as
works.
little track as possible?
Yeah, it works. All right, now on the left you should see watch order. I believe that Valentin, you're only a half elf, correct? So there's no elves in the party. So everyone needs an 8-hour sleep. Go ahead and calculate it and tell me who's on what watch.
We've gone over this before. The long rests. To spend a long rest, you can spend 2 hours
On
or
watch.
1
Yep.
hour. Yeah. So for an 8-hour long rest, you only need to spend 6 hours, sleeping.
Perfect.
Yeah, and
Lloyd's
we've
not
got
on a watch. Do you want me to put him on third? It's the only one missing 2 people.
Yeah, put on this third.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Would.
Wouldn't we need
Deidre-
4 watches? We'd need 4 watches.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do, because 3. If we're all doing 2 hours, that's only 6 hours. So we're only getting 4 hours of sleep and 2 hours of watch each. So we need 4 watches, which adds up to 8 hours, which would be 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of watch. So we need.
How do you want to
So
split
I
up
can
your
take.
watches?
I can take 4. If you want to just put me on 4, or so, I don't know. We need 4 separate watches.
Yeah, you're right. We need 4 separate watches. Someone needs to be alone on watch.
I can do it. That's fine.
That'll put Serario alone on first watch.
I can help with what's needed as well.
Um,
We'll do.
put Deirdre and hang on, sorry. Does Buckethead have dark vision?
The only one that doesn't is Lloyd.
Yep.
Okay, then that's fine. Put me on a lone watch, because if I really need to wake people up, I can just fire my gun. and
So
wake people
Valentin
up.
on watch 1 and Serario on watch 2 then. Not watch 10. You don't need to sleep that much. How's that
Yeah.
look for everybody?
That looks fine.
That's great.
Works for me.
Excellent. You all set into the desert. Begin your journey. Let me make some rolls real quick. What level is everybody again?
Sorry, what was that? You cut out.
What level is everybody again? I'm sorry, my noise gate's picking up Pixel because she's still yelling. Pixel.
We're level 5.
I believe we're all 5.
Level 5? Thank you.
Oh god. Not a fan of the fact that he asked that question.
It's probably setting up an encounter now.
Huh. Remember, not all encounters are combat.
Encounters are combat?
No, not all encounters are combat.
Gotcha.
I don't know why my mic's being so
Hashtag
finicky
not all
today.
encounters.
Nice.
I mean, there can be some sexy encounters too.
Battle sex!
I am going to need a moment. Go ahead and RP as you guys are walking throughout the desert. This is your first day of travel and your first time out of Nessa since the events involving these rescued villagers. Perhaps it would be good to talk about what you expect to find up ahead, or just discuss some arguments or events that your characters might have gotten into. Regardless, take a bit of time and roleplay as you guys are walking while I set this up.
Goddamn.
Lloyd.
I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Cool. Your actual routine.
Hey, Lloyd.
Yes.
I don't know if I ever thanked you for doing what you could for me that night. Staying awake.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright. If you say so. But is there anything I can do to help you?
Not unless you're an expert on blacksmith's daughters.
On what?
Blacksmith's daughters.
Blacksmith's daughters. No, not blacksmith's daughters, but there was one girl that I got in a relationship with who I definitely shouldn't have been in a relationship with. It was kind of illegal. Because she was... No, not illegal, but just against the rules, per se. Do you love her?
No.
Well, then why are you... Wait, so what do you need help with?
She appears to be in love with me.
And you just didn't tell her no? You weren't interested? You didn't let her
I
down?
tried. They didn't seem to accept it.
Were you forceful?
I tried to be.
Sounds like she's kind of a crazy one, yeah?
It seems like it.
Very determined. Doesn't take no for an answer. Maybe you just tell the blacksmith. Maybe you're honest with him.
Maybe.
Tell him that you have no interest in his daughter, but she won't leave you alone.
Maybe when we get back to town.
Yeah, sure. By the way, which blacksmith?
I'm prepared. As you guys are having your conversation, it's about midday. All of a sudden, there is a huge dark shadow that passes over you all. Massive. You all hear a sound as it does.
Oh, fuck, it's the blacksmith.
Would anyone like to roll any sort of checks?
Yeah. I'd like to roll a survival, please.
Okay.
I'd like just to see if I can see what it is. Ah. Well, it was almost something good.
Just for reference sake, all the time we've been walking, I haven't said anything really, but the noise of my firearm has, kept on click-clacking back and forth as I've been spinning it in a bunch of different directions, kind of like a fidget spinner, right, almost.
A
Anyway.
very dangerous fidget spinner.
Yep.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Well, don't create your own
Yes.
firearms to begin with.
Dee Dee and Zandra. First off, for Zandra, as you look up whatever it is, you're able to see its size. It is a... What? It is a
Nothing.
large creature with a massive wingspan. Huge. You only catch the underside of it, and you can't make out what it is, as the sun is... It's, like, right between you and the sun, so you only get the shadow. Dee Dee, you recognize the very distinctive shadow, because you looked down instead of up at the shadow moving away from you all with your survival, of, at the very least, a young adult dragon, potentially older.
Ah, shit.
One moment, I'm gonna just mute on.
Is there a way that I can try to
Twitch
get us
again
to, like,
really
duck
quickly.
down so that we're not spotted? Would I know that we probably have already been spotted?
Oh, I'm going
Yes,
off. I'm
you're in
going off. I'm just
complete-
firing in all
you're-
places.
You're in complete open terrain.
Okay.
Sorry, one moment again, the kitty cat. I'll be right back.
Y'all, don't... Ready yourselves, don't do anything rash, but there is a dragon that has just flown over us. Young adult
Has
or
it
adult,
seen us?
but... Look around you. Do you think we have any cover? Of course it's seen us. But if it hasn't attacked us, it might not have a reason to do so, and not all dragons are bad. So just keep your wits about you and don't do anything stupid. Be prepared, but don't be antagonistic.
Don't do
just
anything
in case.
stupid. Do you know us?
That's exactly why I'm warning us against it. I wouldn't be giving that kind of a remark if I was not worried about something stupid happening. It's precisely because I know it's them giving us that worry. Or that warning, I guess. Even myself, I know we're all prone to make mistakes, but be very careful. I don't want to get on the wrong side of a dragon.
Yeah,
Of all things.
especially not even a young dragon, a young adult, anything older than a wormlion with this wingspan. It definitely is a pretty deadly encounter for you all. So,
Yep, River, I told them that not all...
I heard.
Like, I basically... Okay, good.
not all dragons.
Yeah, hashtag no dragons.
Hashtag not all dragons.
So,
God.
does anyone else do anything? Do you guys stop walking?
Well, I stopped my gun fidget spinning. I have my firearm at the ready, but
I really see the
I
point of hunkering down and get it at the ready, but don't point it at the damn thing. I don't want to antagonize it. Do we keep walking or do we stay put?
well, I'm gonna look over in the direction of the actual creature and try to discern, what sort of color it is.
Perception.
Great.
You're not certain. It could be a blue or it could be a brass dragon. Both are native to the desert, as you know, Dee Dee. If it's a blue dragon, that's going to be a problem. If it's a brass dragon, slightly less of a problem. Just don't piss it off. Either way,
That's why I don't want people fucking pulling out their weapons.
the creature lands before you. About 60 feet away from you, and as it lands, it actually dives down into the desert sand, and then like a whale breaching the surface. Hold on. Go away, Pixel. I'm just going to close the door on you, and you really don't like that. It then crests the sand like a whale breaching it. With sand flying everywhere about 60 feet away from you, the large creature shakes and spreads its massive wingspan as you get a look at it for the first time.
What color is it?
That color.
Oh, okay.
He's
So
beautiful.
it's bronze.
You don't know what color that is. You can roll a check on it. Because you're actually wrong with bronze.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I think
sorry. Give me a moment. She's just gone right back into the window again, and I have to
looks
get her
gold.
out. 1 second.
It's
Brass.
Yeah.
Brass? Oh, I'm dumb.
Either way, it's a metallic one, and metallic equals good-ish.
Okay. Don't piss it off. I don't know. I don't have any skills that I could really use to suss out. Dee Dee doesn't know, but she knows that not all dragons are bad. It's more so street smarts than like specific info.
I'm going off again.
God. Does anybody have like kind of knowledge?
Back, guys.
that
Sorry
would be
about that
useful
again.
in, like, ascertaining
Would that
what
be
kind of dragon this is?
nature or?
Arcana, I think.
It would be in nature.
Oh, really?
I'm just as bad at both Arcana and nature. It's perfect.
Man,
If only I was Robin right now.
if only we had a wizard with us that has intelligence.
Only.
The whole party
Zandra
says this
gives.
loud and then looks at
Zandra
Lloyd.
nudges Lloyd in the back. Lloyd! What kind of dragon is it?
Based on its color, I would say a brass dragon.
But what do we need to know about brass dragons? Let's hurry up. I don't want to keep this thing waiting for too long.
I mean, they're capable of talk. You can go up and talk to them. Don't piss it off.
Don't piss it off.
Hey.
Got it.
Well, don't fucking draw your weapons. Just keep them by your side and let's walk over and talk to it.
I'll keep all of them by my side
So
except for
some-
the one that's always floating above my head.
Yep. Show some kind of deference, please. The last thing I want to do is get in a fight with a fucking...
Its voice suddenly booms out in common. A feminine voice for a dragon. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I only wish to hear your words. May we please be... And then it pauses. Friends?
Hi.
Cute!
I wave.
So cute.
May we
Yes.
come closer?
Hello!
So we don't need to shout?
Yes, you may. Hello.
Thank you.
Can I make
kind
a
of
quick
gesture.
Can I make a quick history check?
Yeah, sure.
Specifically, when they were making all of the magical creatures extinct and shit, what about brass dragons? Or dragons in general?
All dragons were hunted to near extinction. Most of them are very much dead.
This is like super rare.
An
This
incredible
is like
experience.
Yeah.
And it wants to be our friend!
Most people, and the dragon would be aware of this, would attack and try to kill it on sight for the glory of killing a dragon. But this one doesn't seem to be doing that for some reason. Hello?
Hello!
Hello! I have... and it looks back into it behind its wings, and it gently picks up with its teeth a small knapsack. Food
Aww.
and water for us to share! They also
Aw.
don't speak common, like, ever. This is probably one of the first recorded experiences of a dragon trying to speak common.
Well, do you mind sharing
You're
your
so
name?
sweet!
I'm Deirdre. It's nice to meet you. We're probably like...
it
not
says.
encroaching on its personal space.
I might have
but-
peeked at that, but to you all, it just sounded like a bunch of hissing gibberish when it tried to say its name.
Oh. What
Even for
can we
me?
call you? I don't know that we'll be able to repeat that, and I don't want to do it. I don't want
Oh, in your
mispronounce
tongue,
your name.
it would be Shade Cutter.
to... Shade Cutter?
Shade, cut, and it does like a motion like it's chopping with its claw.
Aww.
Shade cutter.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes. Very good. That is it. Please come. I have food. I have water. We will share and is good. I have gift as well from my sire. He sent me here to speak
Oh,
to you.
really?
Yes. In his
That's-
language, it is your language. His name is the Anguished.
The anguished.
Yeah, the Anguished.
The
Recognize
anguished.
his name?
That
Yes.
sounds like a title.
No, his
The
name.
Anguished. Well,
I-
then
Anguished.
Does anybody... can we roll something? Try to see if it's familiar.
First of all, I pinch my cheek to just make sure that this isn't a mirage, and we're just dehydrated and we're all seeing things. Because, this is strange to me. This is a creature that no one's seen for thousands of years.
No,
and
only a
suddenly
few
just-
decades.
Okay, but that no one's seen for a few decades, and yet here it is, just wanting to become friends. I guess I would like.
Insight or something? Perception?
Can I use investigation to see through a mirage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, never mind. I bet it's real.
You've heard of some stories of evil dragons masquerading as good ones and luring people into traps.
I
I mean, do any of you recognize the name?
And who is this the Anguished?
My sire, Lord of the Northern Desert. He watch you when you help people from Nessus. And he say, "Good job!" And the dragon gives like a thumbs up with its claw, as best as it can manage. It seems awkward, like it's never done this gesture before. And he want to hear your story. And in exchange, I give food, water, and treasure from his hoard.
Why would he do such a thing for us? What's your master's stake in all of this?
Repair. I lose many brothers and sisters during era of myth. He take on name the Anguished from many dragon die. He want no more dragon die. He want friends. I want friends. And again, the dragon tries to give a thumbs up. I bring food, I bring water, and I bring treasure from his hoard for good people who have been helping. And it gives a big smile.
I turn to Lloyd. Lloyd, what's in the north of the desert normally?
Ruins, caverns, and wastelands, Lloyd. The war in the Arrow Shaping really hit hard there. It's not as dangerous as the Blood Sands in terms of creatures, but just the environment there is pretty harsh. There's inhospitable. There's series of caves, ruins, and recall the guys that you were following had actually hooked, remember, to go into the northeast of the desert. They were aiming for Ajin Shu. You guys are going further in just north without hooking east first at all. Yeah.
It's like nothing. It's war ravaged.
Yes, war rabbits. We fixing. We making better.
You know, really appreciate the offer, and we might take you up on it. But we are on a bit of a time crunch.
Is no time to share story?
Is it
Sire
rude
say...
to ask to ride on a dragon's back?
I think we get to know each other first. Maybe,
I mean,
maybe not on first meet. I never have small thing on back. Very close to, delicate.
I can imagine. The only reason why I ask, and the only reason why I bring it up, is because clearly you and your master have some stake in hearing our story. We're trying to go help and protect more people. And
yes,
it seems like
yes,
that's something
very,
that you're...
very good. Yes, you help more people, but
that's why we're on a
you
time
have
crunch.
small leg and no wing, meaning every
Right.
now and then you must stop and the dragon gestures at the bag of food and water it has. You stop now. You take break. We talk.
What time of the day is it, River?
Like I said, it's early afternoon. It actually is around the time that you would normally be taking a break. This dragon has likely watched you for a little bit. And it's clear that if its sire knows about you, they must have been watching you previously as well. You guys can roll any sorts of checks you want. Valentin, with that history that you had rolled, you are aware that ancient dragons and older things that would be referred to as a sire are capable of transforming into humanoids and walking around.
Deirdre shrugs and sits down.
I come now? I walk?
Come on over.
Yes, join us for our break.
Very, very good, it says as it walks over, and it again picks up the bag in its teeth, and it walks over, gets all down and settled in, and puts the bag in front of you and nudges it forward with its snout. I know you good people. I volunteer, come talk and hear exciting story of bravery. So?
I peek in the package.
It is filled to the brim with rations and water. Sadly, they are mixed together because the dragon didn't understand that you guys don't separate things like that. Meaning it's basically become 10 days worth of soup.
Soup.
Nice. Chunky soup, my
We
favorite.
haven't had soup in a while.
You can see that there are it's everything that like dragons would have collected with the idea that people eat this. So there's bits of like dried rat and dried just general meats and a few desert plants that the dragons likely crammed into this care package for you. What's most important is dangling beside the pack is a pair of very fancy-looking boots. Whoever tell best story, sire say, get keep boots. So, who has best story of bravery?
Can we do this next time? I'd like to come up with a good story.
Would you all like to do this next time?
I would love to do this next time.
Very good. You will all
Although, if we want to have the advantage over Valentin, because we know he's going to have a great story, now's the time while he's exhausted.
This is basically, yeah, that's true. Valentin has a very long history of, in my games, anytime that a story needs to be told for a prize, he has a long history of winning, just as a warning in advance.
But that's big.
I'm not surprised.
That's because you simp for me, so that's not really my problem.
Well, this one will be decided by chat next time we play then.
Oh no.
Well, that's
That's terrifying.
Then I have no chance of winning.
I don't know. Chat likes you. Chat likes you.
Chat does like you.
Well,
Okay, if we're gonna do this next time, I need to bounce because I'm a very eepy girl.
Well, before you do,
It's-
Shade Cutter
Yes.
does reveal what the boots are to you, as Shade Cutter says, they are boots of speed. When you wear them, you click heels together, click, click, and it picks up the boots and donks them together. If you do, you go double fast. As mechanically, what these do is, as a bonus action, you can double your walking speed, and any creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage. When the boots property has been used for a total of 10 minutes, the magic ceases to function until you get a long rest. They are a very valuable magic item. Let me just say, my random encounter table today was extremely generous to the party. Like...
Yeah, this is yeah, this is very generous.
So, we will be back next week with more tales of bravery and stories, and thank you guys so much for coming. We are going to raid another great content creator right now, so please stay tuned, everybody. And, thank you so much for the follow, RPG Nerdiverse. Nerd-diverse? I like it. I can't pronounce it because I'm kind of dumb, but I do like the name. But yes, we'll be telling stories to a brass dragon. They don't need to be true stories. Brass dragons are very well known for enjoying conversation and being excellent conversationalists. So whoever's got the best tale is going to win the magic boots of speed.
Oh man.
I'm very
All right.
excited to see what everyone's going to come up with. And with that, we'll see you all tomorrow with Ryan I's Final Fantasy XIV Static Raid Night. So make sure to tune in for that. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.